The opinions and views expressed by the hosts of this podcast are intended solely for the entertainment purposes. None of the content should be taken seriously or as factual. No personal disclosure, revelations, or accusations are being made. Additionally, we advise against attempting any actions discussed on this podcast.
So drink responsibly and enjoy the show. Installment of the Cognac Conversations podcast. I'm your host, Rick, aka Rick the Ruler, Buckethead Dad. To the masses, to the left of me, my right hand man, my left hand man, Savy.
Yeah, buddy. Good afternoon, good night, good morning, depending on where you guys watching this shit from, man.
Relax, Savy. If you would see this guy put together, he came in here relaxed.
I absolutely, absolutely, I did, bro.
Super Landlord on Instagram, JNS Media on the
Yo,
audio, HR in the building, and Spread Media on the visuals. First off, before we get going, shout out to True and Living with Beats Meet Bars for having us at their event last Friday, right?
Word, yeah.
Last Friday was definitely a dope event.
Oh, yeah.
Did a quick pod, had some great conversation.
Eric, we're not going to talk about that 15-minute freestyle you dropped yourself on the side.
I did.
Oh, my man was freestyle.
I did.
I did everything on camera.
I was told I had to get my media skills up. Fucking George told me I got to learn how to do my media skills.
Your interview skills. It was killing me, man. You was killing me.
But I told you I was on the awkward side, so it felt funny the way I was holding the mic.
I know, but you got to learn how to do that. You can't let them take. Hey,
Number
one rule: never let somebody take the mic away from you.
Yo,
me and Lyric was doing our best Terrence Howard impression.
He's good. He was good. It was just Lyric.
Let me tell you about this nigga though. The nigga was nervous. I was like, "Yeah, man, go interview him." So he was like, "All right." So I'm like, "All right, cool." Then we had our conversation on the side. I ain't gonna bring up what we said, but he was like, "I was a little nervous. I ain't gonna lie."
Anybody ever threw you a mic and say, "Yo, interview somebody," and just walk the fuck
out of
the blue? You think about it too, but he Jedi mind tricked me. You Mr. Miyagi me, all right?
I did. I told you I had a method to my madness. But salute to them. Salute to True and Living. With Beats Meet Bars, we'll probably definitely pop out.
What's that spot? Was Jimmy's and
Jimmy's
Kearney?
Bar and Grill in Kearney. Salute to them.
Right, man.
Other than that, man, what's going on with you guys? What's going on with y'all fellas?
Well, I had a good 2 weeks of shenanigans and whatnot, but
do tell.
Dude, I don't want to fucking.
That nigga said, "Do tell."
I just his own brain.
I just been underneath the weather and a whole bunch of shenanigans been happening, so I'm like, fuck my life, man. But like today's Sunday, and today is a good day, man. So yeah, man. Other than that, it's been alright though, man. I can't complain. Can't complain, bro.
Nah, yeah.
How about you, Mr. HR?
Oh, he trying to put it on the bus.
Put HR right on the forefront.
As you know, right now we're exploring new opportunities.
Some
great opportunities.
We have some great opportunities in the work. Thanks to HR.
Hey.
You wouldn't have known it, but HR has.
Man,
HR might need HR for himself if the route we're going.
I get my NDA signed beforehand.
I feel you.
Good shit, man. But fucking yeah. But nah, yesterday we went to went to the port, bro, and again, shout out to the port, bro.
Shout out to Bobby.
Shout out Bobby.
Yeah, man, it's been a great fucking night at the port, bro. Like always, shots was coming in. Shout out to my boy Midnight's birthday.
Yep.
It was a little situation, bro, for real. Definitely enjoyed our night. A lot of movement be happening in there and shit, But yeah, man, it was alright. I fucks with it, man. Great night. Definitely a great night, man. Besides the rain, but great night though, man.
Yeah, we shout out Mother Nature. She been a bitch,
bro. It's springtime.
April showers been fucking in.
Bro, we had like a week's worth of just rain, dude. Bro. That shit horrible.
I take that over the cold. Yo, you know it's crazy.
It's still cold out here,
yeah, but not bad.
It's not 60 nothing. It's like
It's like 45 maybe.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Savy, I know you the last one to talk. Savy came here with a tank top and shorts. Y'all don't even know.
Tank top.
Let me tell y'all something, man. I'm Spanish, so like this.
What the fuck that mean, nigga?
No motherfucking dude.
What that mean? I'm Spanish. What that mean, bro?
You put shorts and a
Nah,
sweater
nigga,
on,
you
bro.
white, baby.
And some chancletas, bro.
Yo,
So like,
I'm Spanish.
That's kinda
I ain't dressed like that.
Ya tu sabes.
I can see Savy showing out his car and some chancleta.
I did that before too. Yeah. I did that before.
How many sexy hat
At
on?
some point during the summer, we're going to do cognac conversations on the grill with Savy.
Bruh, listen, man. I'm waiting for the fucking
Y'all want more
this shit to
tostones?
change, man.
A couple Coronas? Just a couple Coronas?
Yeah, I got a lot of fucking Coronas in my trunk right now. I freaking out. They just sitting there.
What's up, Corona? We need a sponsor. We got Savy here for it.
It's wild, bro. It's ridiculous.
Word up.
Put it in.
You should have brought those Coronas.
I
I
in.
mean,
got
it's
Coronas
room
and-
temperature. I don't think
But
anybody want to.
he got a
right down the block.
He got a fucking fridge full
I'll
of.
give you the whole case after this,
Ayesha.
dude.
Them Coronas been in there for a minute.
Yo, it's just sitting there. I'm like, what the
This
fuck,
how he
bro?
paid his the nigga to fix his car.
Hey, I do your carburetor, man. Just give me a Corona. I do your carburetor.
I actually did offer my man, bro. I was like, yo, he called me. He's like, yo, your car be ready Wednesday. I said, yo, if you want, man, there's some beers here, man. Take it from the trunk, bro. It's on me, bro. I think he took like 3 of those shit.
Hell yeah.
Why not?
It's cool,
Why
bro.
not? I done fix your car. Hell
Those,
yeah.
those like Red Bull for Spanish guys. No
Bro,
offense.
it is.
Yeah,
Dog,
We don't know
They
why.
become a different person when you give them a Coronas, bro. All you know, they become scientists, motherfucking meteorologists. Yeah, man, I think it's
Professors.
gonna rain today.
Coronas is like second to like Vicks, bro, for us, bro. It's just,
Yep.
Yo,
Legit.
Coronas is
That's
like
crazy.
It is, bro.
Yeah,
Coronas
dude.
to Spanish dudes
It
is what
is.
ginger ale is to black people.
Yeah,
Yup,
yeah.
I-
No,
that's
we
100%.
do ginger ale too.
Yeah.
Ah,
Yeah, we do
I don't
that.
see y'all. Y'all don't drink ginger ale.
We
that
drink- we
bad.
drink
You know,
ginger
we
ale.
drink.
Yeah.
I seen a Spanish girl. Her grandmother had a ginger ale in the medicine compartment. Medicine,
Yeah, they do that.
Yeah,
can't make
man.
it
So wait, y'all got ginger ale in the goddamn cap, like the little.
That's a
The medicine
backup.
cabinet,
That's
yep.
with that and the mentor, the Vic.
That's
That's
the
the
thing.
whole Trinity.
So wait, like the big ginger ale, y'all got like shots of ginger ale. So
It was-
like
I
little
seen a
nips.
shot. I seen a shot.
I never saw a shot of ginger ale.
I'm
before.
like, is that a Canada dry?
Nips of ginger ale is crazy work,
It
man.
happens though, man. It
Like,
happens.
drink that.
That's what
Drink that,
Espanol
drink
be
that.
doing nowadays,
Yeah, man.
bruh. You know?
They
But-
get that. I'm telling you, Spanish people are the most equipped for if you get sick, bro. They got ginger
They got
ale,
every
Vicks.
remedy in the world.
They got every spice in the world to open up your
I think-
sinuses, and they make that soup with that big
I
ass
was just,
basil
I
leaf.
swear to God, I just was about to say that.
Sancocho.
I just wanted one of y'all to say because
That
I didn't
soup
want to
with
be
that big ass
racist.
basil
San-
leaf.
And been like the
Sancocho.
Spanish people make the best soups when you sick.
Sancocho,
That
bro.
day, you take one of those. Next day, you feel like Superman.
This girl, I was sick. We was messing around. She hit me with a soup with a big ass basil leaf her grandmother made.
Yeah.
First off, she had a whole thermos full of this shit. I
Yeah.
only had, like I wasn't ready
Send it
for
to
that
you like you a fucking fifth grader.
That
I wasn't
soup
ready.
lasts for a week,
That's
boy.
it. Yeah.
That shit passed my refrigerator.
Got soup for a
17 days. It's in my refrigerator.
It's got she rubbed some Vic on your
She did
chest.
rub some brick on my chest.
I knew it.
bro.
Around like your neck,
Yup, and your back.
and my back and my feet.
Salute to y'all Spanish women, man. Y'all alright.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Y'all alright. I mean, I don't know if I should have said that with the conversation we got coming later.
you might well.
Yeah, I done said it
I
already.
might gotta HR that, man.
Yeah, I'm telling you. I told you, Alex. I told you, Scott. I'm a detour it the right way, but we're gonna let's ease it to the conversations to the hangover of the week, and I'm gonna give it to my guy. Well, not my guy, but I'm gonna give it to Anthony Edwards. But I'm also add in his lady's baby mother, Ayesha Howard. So I don't know if y'all know. I mean, it's a rumor, but I kind of tend to believe it.
Nah, it can't.
It can't be, but I kind of believe it.
Against the law, it's against the law to do that.
It is? Well,
Yeah.
let me just preface by saying what it is. So
Yeah.
the rumor is that Anthony Edwards, like we said before last couple podcasts ago, that he has a child with the girl Ayesha Howard. He does not want to be in beautiful daughter, beautiful baby life. You know what I'm saying? For certain reasons and stuff like that, which sometimes you can understand. But now he's come to the point where he's willing to pay 216 months worth of child support. So he doesn't, one, have to see this girl in court, and two, not to be in this child's life. Now, that sounds kind of fucked up, but I understand why he's doing it, because he told this girl, like, hey, listen, Anthony Edwards, sad to say, I know there's so many rallies going on about pro-choice and pro-life, but Anthony Edwards did tell his girl, listen, get that Smith Mortion. I don't think you want to have the baby with me. I think Anthony Edwards was on the tear telling these girls that. And at the time, I understood why he was saying that, because he was like, listen, I'm not the right guy to be in your life. I'm not going to help you raise this child. Because the situation that we have between him and the chick Ayesha Howard. But I say all that to say this. It's crazy work for him to say, listen, I'm willing, allegedly, to pay 216 months up front, pay the whole pretty much 18 years.
That is smart, though. That's smart.
Yeah, that is smart.
That's
But that's crazy, though.
He got it.
Wait, why is it crazy?
Because so
the narrative is crazy. The idea isn't that.
No, the idea is not.
Wait, I guess the reasoning as to why is crazy, but
right.
Him doing that.
No, him doing that is not. I just felt like it's crazy because it's like, for you to really like I said, I don't think Anthony Edwards hates the baby, the child. I don't think that might be the case.
He hates that girl.
He hates that girl. So to have that much hatred in your heart to say, he got money, he got bread. So like regular people like us to do it and say like, I'm willing to take the hit and be in debt to do that, fine. But for him to say that, you gotta hate a person that much.
Nah, I don't
to
think
say that.
It's not hate. It's I just want to go on with my life.
Yeah. Avoid.
You don't think it's no type of hate for that girl?
This girl for me to actually hate her. I hate the fact that she want to keep this baby. But I don't think he knows this girl for him to be like, yo, I hate her. But I just don't want to be involved in her life. And she schemed and she won. So I just want to forget all about this.
Exactly. She came up with a bag.
Yeah, bro. I don't know if it's hate. Like
I think he's just avoiding it. I think that's the key word, avoiding.
He don't want to pay back. He want to pay more things. He don't want to pay payments of payments. He said, "Yo, let me get this all out the way. I don't want to deal with you." Yeah. Apparently, I know she's been a headache to deal with because he gave her $100,000 to have the abortion.
I mean, but regardless, he probably wouldn't have to deal with her anyway. Just because they have child support situation going, don't mean he has to deal with her. Like, he's just paying the system.
Yeah,
so just paying the upfront don't mean, now I don't have to deal with her no more.
I wonder.
You could be making payments and not see that girl period, just like Dr. Umar.
Yeah.
I think he only seen his daughter one time, but he been
twice.
paying.
We've been paying all his money. Yeah.
So
that's right. My thing is, I wonder why they wouldn't allow that though. Like, I'm thinking like legit, like for him to pay up front all this money. Like, are they not accepting it because they're going to be an increase or more so like a decrease?
Nah, you're on the right path.
You're on the right path.
These girls, they go after after a while they go after more payment.
4 or 5 years after.
And then you got to think about his income. His income is going to increase.
Bingo.
Well, like,
he's a Supermax deal.
He might get another one.
My thing is too though, bro. Not for nothing though. Like, if you think about it, there's people with like not the same situations, but the fact that they have people that's on child support. Like, this is regular shit, like a regular day for everybody else in life. There are people that they are not millionaires, and they pay child support, and that's basically it. It's not like I got you. Like, you need $3 million, cool. So why is it that so much different than a millionaire? Like, how much money do you have to necessarily make to take care of a child?
I think it's just the bracket. That's a great question. I think it's just the bracket that the income is entitled to.
Well, what does a bracket have to necessarily like detail when it comes to a child?
If you're making $50,000, you're not gonna get the same amount as somebody make $40 million a year.
And then it's depending on the number of kids too.
Savy understands all of that. I think what Savy is trying to say is that, look, what it takes to take care of a child that living in the hood, really, essentially, it should cost the same amount.
If you're rich or poor.
Exactly. That's exactly what I'm saying.
Yeah. Oh, so your cost of living shouldn't change just because you're making an extra
amount. A child.
Yeah, a child. Right. It's they're gonna have the same things as
but the mom want him to pay for her too. That's the whole point.
And that's where a lot of fucking cases get fucked up.
That's where the system becomes a little corrupted in a sense, though. Yeah. I mean, listen, I'm all for woman empowerment. If they do have to do a lot.
Change your lifestyle.
Yeah, they have to like stop working, just take care of a child. Or whatever.
She don't work. She told him she don't work.
She never worked though. She was a little baby mother first.
Exactly.
She worked then. She used his money to pay for BBL.
So they should just put pain and suffering underneath that, right behind it.
Yeah, child support / pain and suffering
/ alimony.
All that extra shit.
But you're not married.
Great.
That's what the fuck it is, though.
It goes back to Savi's point, and it's something that chick Ayesha Howard said. which like, I guess I'm paying child support, but it also seems like I'm financing and funding your lifestyle. Because like she said one of her quotes, she said, I had a child with a very successful artist before, and now I'm labeled a gold digger. How am I a gold digger if I'm trying to just get money from now a successful basketball player?
Because you're doing the same thing you did before.
It's a cycle. Yeah, it's literally a cycle.
Bro,
Wow.
These girls it's bad, bro. Like they plan this shit very strategic. Right? The Drea situation. She's no idiot. Like she's been around the game. Gilbert Arenas was talking about he was knocking it down back in the day for nothing.
Wait, I'm sorry. Did I cut you off?
No, you good.
Wait, why did she say that she wasn't a gold digger?
Because the fact that she just her real quote why she wasn't a gold digger is because she just looks good and she's very successful in her own.
She says she has a nice body and that's why these
and she's beautiful.
Fund her lifestyle.
Exactly.
And she said she in fact she went as far as to go about claiming she was smarter than other women for picking these men.
Right. She called the women that picked these.
She's not a gold digger. She's just smart.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's what a gold digger.
She says. And the fact of the matter, she said that these women are in poverty stricken circumstances compared to me dating successful guys.
I got the hits.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm just like,
girl, that's not a job to Chris.
That's not something to be proud of.
It's not,
No.
bro. It's not.
Girl,
and that's very unfortunate. It basically tells you where this shit is leading to, man. Just in general, like with these whole females and dudes with money or whatever.
That's why it sucks that. It's this one I'm about to say some bullshit. But it just sucks that we're in a time where it's all like this gender, men versus women, so much, and it sucks that the women are getting more like the women movement, empowerment movement. And then it takes for like people like us and other podcasters to get on podcasts and try to like not be the voice of men, but be the beacon, which sounds like we're Batman and shit, to bring to the forefront that men are really just simple creatures that are low key getting taken advantage of, but because we're the guys that impregnate the women, we're the ones with dickheads. Exactly.
Yeah. You want to have the real conversation?
Sure,
we can.
The real conversation is what's happening with the outside pressure for these girls. You'll go with a girl. She was the prettiest girl in fucking Montana, Kansas, whatever the fuck. She gets with the basketball player. He shows her a whole new lifestyle. He's a young dude, so obviously he fuck up. He dip and dab. Mm-hmm. Now, instead of going back to a regular dude, she's like, no, I got caviar taste now. Goes with the next athlete, and the next athlete, and the next athlete. Now she knows the game, and she's a pass around. And she's like, oh, why don't I get pregnant so I can have a guaranteed bag instead of going from jock to jock? I can sit down for a while with the kid.
But here's my real question.
And there's 1,000 girls like
this
that.
But this goes back to a real. And again, I do wish we had a female here to it. But could that just be their nature? I feel like a lot of situations the female are getting the pass because they feel like that's just them adapting to their environment. But I feel like sometimes, like going back to let's make it a little funny, like a female being a hoe. A lot of times it could just be she had that, she was in that, she was a hoe. Oh no, she was just exposed to plenty dicks and shit like that. Nah, you were probably a hoe internally. The same could be said about women that sounds wild. But the same could be said about a woman that's like a gold digger or just in them eyes smart. Maybe that was just in them the whole time. It just came out because they're in a situation that
so you
brings
say
it out.
Even when she was that young, innocent girl, she wasn't so young and so innocent. She knew what she was doing.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I personally definitely plays a part of it, but it's like there's levels to it though.
Right.
Like, yeah, every woman does want a guy who has something because that is woman nature.
They want security.
It is.
Yeah, but a lot of guys are working towards security now. There's levels to security.
Right.
How much security are you trying to get? And then at the same time, once you get that security, you leave the security.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So is it like? It's kind of confusing.
Right. It's like I get you to security, and now you want maximum security.
The scariest thing in the
now you want security without me.
Exactly.
It's a double-edged sword.
About girls is I think they have the idea of the bigger, better deal. You feel me? I'm with this dude. He makes such and such. But if I get around him, he make
the
more.
Supermax.
But he's not gonna treat me as good as this dude.
Yeah,
but they're willing for that trade off, and then they get about 35, and you get the swing around where they start. You feel me?
It's-
They go Brittany Renner where they want to change religion and
Bro,
be a
you
virgin
see
again.
that shit too? Though,
That's
with Kevin
wild,
Gates, which is kind of
No,
wild.
that was old. That was 22.
No, she's now,
this
like-
is
Oh, this is
recent.
this is recent.
This is
That
like-
was I thought it was an old. That was
No, the
old.
interview was old.
Yeah.
the interview.
But he just did something recently, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
they're together now.
with the streamer, yeah.
Oh shoot. Oh,
And
I
then
thought that whole shit was fake then.
Nah.
they
No,
first
the
met in
whole
22.
the whole religion shit she was doing. Was
No, that's real.
Then why she
like
went back?
stuck to it.
Then why she with Kevin Gates then?
He Muslim.
He
And
Muslim.
he's-
Oh, you
and
went-
he's
oh, I
supposed
didn't
to
know.
be-
So if you
He's
watch,
past
supposed to
a
be married,
Muslim.
and he's
Yeah.
supposed to
Oh, I didn't know
Muslim
that.
in the rap world.
Oh, I didn't know
Real
that.
shit.
Kevin Gates could hold two cars and start one up with the other.
you really can. He did.
You
it
seen that
before.
shit, right?
Yeah.
This nigga's
I didn't know he
amazing.
was. I'm not a Kevin Gates fan, so I didn't know. Okay.
That nigga say I'm not
But then
Kevin
it goes
Gates
back to
Yeah.
like 2017, 2018 with the whole interview, and I think she was interviewing him or whatever, and like
Yeah, Walden Loud.
yeah, and there was like a clip of like, oh, I just really wanted just to interview you and you only or whatever and be the case though, but yeah, man, like it's changed religion in a sense, and then
It's like
Kinda.
the old girl like having retrospective of, oh, I did this and that, but I'm ready to be a wife now. It's like,
Yeah.
you jumped the lane, shorty. Like,
For real, you gotta stay in that.
But I ain't gonna lie though, no funny shit though, and I said this before though. I think every female has to go through the whole stages, bro. And I think
Everybody.
yeah,
Man
and I
and-
think
male and
she
female.
went through her whole stage, and like unfortunately for her, it was like live. And when I mean live, I'm talking about like on platforms, like people for everybody to see what was going on with her or whatever.
And then she was kind of known for in every interview or something she went to, they were asking
hold up.
questions
You
about
gotta,
that.
you gotta expand on that one.
so what I'm
You
saying
think every
is,
girl needs to have a whole phase?
no. What I'm saying is
Look-
because
look at dude face.
I strongly. I tell
But
this
you
shit
know,
to-
I used to say the same exact thing growing up. So go ahead.
yeah, I shit you
growing
not.
up.
I told.
Let me instigate a little
I
more.
feel like every female has to go through their whole stage, right? And in this particular part, we're talking about what's her name, Brittany.
Renner.
Oh, for her, I feel like unfortunately for her, her shit was highlighted where the world could see her going through that stage because of the platform that she was on. That's all I was getting at, though. That's basically all. And now she's getting a little older. I think she has a kid already or whatever now. So I guess it kind of like humbled her down or like slowed her down a little bit. Like, yo, you know what? I need to like. Let me
Her whole
just,
stage lasted 10, 15 years, though.
It-
How long you need?
But you know what's crazy? saying that though, a lot of and back when we first mentioned this, I don't know why I never brought this up to y'all, but a lot of people say everybody whole phase is different. Everybody whole phase looks different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So again, her like you said, her whole phase is live. All right, 4 or 5 niggas, blah 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 blah, and then it could be somebody
Hers in her book, it was 60
right.
gentlemen.
Yeah.
And what was my purpose with all of this, like, I guess, you know, maybe it's the father part of me talking like this now. So, it's like, I mean, look, my daughter, she gonna be grown. She do what the fuck she wanna go do.
Right.
I mean, I'm just talking about all women in general. So, like, ideally, women are supposed to be just virgins and get married and then, like, have sex.
Ideally, yeah.
The American dream.
Yeah, I'm just talking ideally.
right.
Yeah.
But that also needs to be an option. Like, it doesn't need to be, oh, well, I'm 13, 14, and I'm over here experimenting with sex.
Right.
Like, it doesn't need to, because it seems like that's the norm today or whatever. Like, a lot of young women, they all lose their virginity around the same age, all pretty much the same way.
Right.
Like, to the point where now it's the norm. To the point where now we're just saying, yeah, you need to be going through your whole stage. And really, you are right. If you're going to be living like this in this world, in this type of culture, and live by certain type of beliefs, then you do need to go about life this type of way. So when you do get married, you don't face temptation.
Like an
Yeah.
exploratory. Like,
Exactly.
It don't necessarily have to be a whole phase. Like,
Well, let's say like back in the '60s, bro, that shit was non-existent. Like it just, what dude was saying, like, more
No,
so.
that shit was existing.
That's existing.
Well,
you gotta go
hopefully,
back,
you don't
gotta
know.
go back
You
to
never heard about
You gotta
it.
go back to the 40s.
You-
it started in the 60s, probably.
That's when they was getting high.
well,
But was
Yeah,
they
because-
considering that a whole phase, or were they just like
Exploding.
Fuck, they
It
were just
wasn't a
explore-
whole-
exactly.
Exploding.
So the history of it is around the pill. So when the pill came out around the 60s,
talking about Viagra when you see the pill?
No,
I'm
another
talking
pill.
about like the birth control.
I thought you
okay,
were saying
gotcha.
Viagra. I'm like, Viagra was out that long?
That Viagra was out in the 90s. It was,
Right, that's what I'm about to say.
So they said when the birth control pill came out in the 60s, they said women got a lot more
freedom,
promiscuity, and
liberation.
around then is when the Playboy bunny got popping, and that's why like men are jumping around to the bigger, better thing. Bustier girl, hot girl.
Yeah. So in a sense, what you're kind of saying is, and I'm prefacing this statement by telling everybody I'm saying is very wrong. Is what you're saying is that women had the option to be hoes, and they chose to be a hoe because I have the benefit of this pill to just not have the penalty of being a hoe.
I think it's more than the pill. I think the pill is just what comes with everything altogether.
It opened up an option. Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's women's liberation period. Just them trying to separate from just like, I can work on my own.
The patriarchy.
But not for nothing
patriarchy.
though.
Women's rights.
No funny shit though. But we talking about like in the past compared to now and whatnot. Like I think back then, I feel like females generally wanted to get married to like how it is now. I don't think the marriage is like spoken upon as much. Like back in the day, cool. They want to get married, so they show their love and appreciation, so they could get that marriage thing. Or
it was
whatever.
like steps. It's like meet a guy,
right? Because if they
date,
know
all that shit,
right? Because if
that's
they know,
all they knew.
Yeah.
Right? Exactly. So when they want to go take the whole route from back in the day, majority of the time that's not going to happen. I don't think a person be like, yeah, you're going to be the right person for me or whatever. To compare how it is now, where I don't think females really want to get married. They just want to live the lifestyle that they see.
Back in the day, like they had better coping skills than what we have now. Because like back in the day, a woman got married, that niggas was acting crazy back in the house. They put their hands on them, all type of shit.
Better coping skills from back in the day to how it is now?
I think women back in the day had the ability to stay when it was hard. A lot of women now don't have the necessarily thing in them to stay in the pocket when it's hard in marriage.
Well,
I think it's all about mindset.
Yeah, man.
There are still some.
There's a lot of shit that didn't exist, and the only reason why I say that because I just recently was watching Cameron. He was talking about back in the 90s, bro. Like the word anxiety, that shit didn't exist. Like at all. Like what
nobody
the fuck
knew
is
what
that?
it was. Yeah, nobody knew what it was.
Gaslighting.
Yeah, right.
Gaslighting.
So like,
I hate
it kind
that
of
about
makes
our
sense.
generation though. Like we put too many labels on shit. You know what overthinking was back in the day and anxiety? Oh, that guy's too much in his head. He'll get out of it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We don't have those same type of coping skills no more.
Right.
Like now when it get hard in marriage, there's a lot of women or a lot of divorced people that go back and be
The
like,
divorce
I coulda
rate
made
is
that
so
work.
high right now. It's ridiculous.
You know what the divorce rate is by sexuality? So it's 50% for heterosexual men and female, so that it'll work out.
Right.
For gay men, they have like an 80%, like 70% success rate in their marriage, where like only 30% of them are getting divorced after a while. Lesbian women married have like only a 30% chance of making their relationship.
And you know what?
Wonder why.
You know what that tells you? Not to be funny, but men understand men.
That does tell you something.
Men understand men. Each other, like we understand. It sounds weird, but like we understand each other better. And then when a woman realizes, you know what, she is crazy. Well, know what, you're crazy. Women understand that it can't be two levels of crazy in the same goddamn establishment.
Yeah, man. That's
that
problematic.
sucks.
I never even knew that though. So I appreciate you bringing.
I just knew that the divorce rate was very high now, and it goes back to what you said. Back in the day, there was no. You said it was like no coping, like.
Yeah, they just.
Because
it was what it was back in the day.
There's so many terms today, and that the terminology of it all. I guess that's what helped you cope, because now you just identify that you have a problem,
right?
And I guess now that's supposed to be you giving an excuse for you to cope,
right?
Yeah,
like I have anxiety, I have depression, I have all these other different things.
But back in the day, there was no terminology.
It was like chin up. It was like chin up.
It was like
get your chin up.
Just deal with it.
But on the positive side of things, I do think we have a lot more because of names and shit. I think we have a lot more methods for improvement.
I think the biggest thing is just therapy was just introduced to this generation.
It's not all there. It's affirmations. It's what you do with yourself. If you read a book called The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck, It says
that's the title of the book.
Yeah, that's the title of the book. It is a great read.
It is a good book.
It's about like your mental health, how you deal with things. Like people that are very nervous and people that are very boisterous are like too much about themselves. They're on the same. They're opposite ends of the same spectrum where they're both too heavily invested in themselves. So people that are too nervous and think everybody hates them, people that think everybody loves them, are the opposite sides of the same coin.
To me, it just sounds like they're just in their own head, like you said before.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's like you got to live somewhere in the middle. However you find it, but that's where your happiness is.
Well, to just bring it back full circle, though, I just feel like by you saying that, Ayesha Howard is definitely in her own mind by thinking that she's this amazing ass woman and only attracts these A-list motherfuckers when it's just like, dog, you just really a bad bitch that's a gold digger in this sense.
Yeah, man.
And then another thing, real quick before we move on, this is something else I wanted to add to the Hangover of the week, and I wanted to get just real quick with y'all. Speaking of mental health, Ja Morant, the fuck are you doing, dude? You got too much going on with the gun situation, and you feel like your best celebratory 3-point shot or whatever you make is to show off a gun pointing at him. Now, granted, the Golden State Warriors PR team did an amazing job editing that bitch, not showing that Buddy Hield did it to the nigga first. But I say that to say this, Ja, you gotta chill out, bro. You don't watch this pod. I know you're not gonna watch this pod. Ja, chill out, bro. They are looking at you. And then for them niggas,
the NBA told them chill.
Right, but you know what this nigga response was?
Everybody else do it.
That
like a little child.
And the fact that the nigga Shams Charania tweeted like, "Hey, Ja's been fined $75K or whatever." You know what he said? Pew pew. His tweet, his retort was pew pew.
Yeah,
he's immature. Well, we know this already.
He's still young, man. He's Gilbert Arenas at this.
He really is Gilbert. He is the new school Gilbert.
Gil will tell you he was a crazy ass nigga.
Nigga, Gilbert brought straps on the private plane on the team plane.
And practice suit.
There's always an NBA. There's always a crazy NBA nigga at any given point in the league. There's always a nigga you like, yo, he's mad talented. Why the fuck is Vernon Maxwell, Mad Max.
Mad Max
it's
was
Ron Artest. It's Gilbert Arenas. It's Ja Morant.
Yo, y'all remember this nigga Mad Max went in the stands during the game and smacked the fan, bro.
He did that.
Dennis Rodman was crazy too.
But Dennis Rodman wasn't crazy.
Dennis wasn't.
Dennis Rodman fuck with your mind.
Yeah, my mind.
Dennis was very popular with fans.
Yeah, people did love
him.
Dennis was very popular with fans. Celebrities.
Odd individual.
People loved hanging with Dennis Rodman. He didn't necessarily do illegal shit. He just was wild.
He just was out there, which is everybody. But for Ja Morant to understand that the microscope is on you, bro, that you already got caught twice with a gun situation off the court
and got suspended.
And got suspended 25 games or whatever the case.
I think I heard a take somebody say that he's supposed to be the face of the NBA, then took it away from him, and he got mad and he's still acting out.
Nah.
So I think
that's one that somebody was taking.
I think that's a better conversation to have, yo.
That's interesting, though.
After you heard what LeBron said about how he doesn't want
when Ant was in the middle.
When Anthony Edwards said he didn't want to be the face.
But shit, Ant can't be the face of the league. This nigga just knocking up every fucking bitch.
That's
you
different.
Think every time right now, every time they
say
that's
different.
Every time they say somebody's about to be the face of the league,
some bullshit.
They're doing something lately. I was supposed to be the face of the league.
I don't think they want to though, bro. Because
who?
Ja
did want it.
I think that they. It's too much of a microscope on your own personal life.
That's the problem. Yeah. That's exactly
what LeBron's was saying.
You have to put on a mask.
He's clean nigga off the field.
He had to.
See, but that's the thing. So that's the whole thing.
Remember,
LeBron,
he came out the league like LeBron was supposed to be the number one.
He was spotless.
He was prestige
since
type
18. He knew 17. He knew he was gonna be face of the league.
Here's my thing about being the face of the league. You gotta right now. The next face of the league is following up probably the greatest player of all time. Because you got to think about it. The face of the league back when Jordan was going through it, when Jordan was like, who's going to be the next face of the league?
It was Kobe.
And then it was Kobe, but then Kobe caught the Denver shit.
Exactly.
Yeah. But then before
he cleaned it up.
And then LeBron gets that after LeBron gets drafted somewhere
in between
the situation.
But think about it. Now LeBron in year 21?
Yeah, 21, 22.
21 going.
It sounds crazy saying that.
At any given point, you share the face of the league with somebody, though.
I don't believe Kobe lost the face of the league after.
Yeah, that's what I thought, too.
No, but remember the Y'all
It
remember
was
the commercial
shaky.
with the
It was shaky a little bit.
shaky.
It was
shaky.
Wait, Kobe was still that guy.
But Kobe,
Yeah.
Kobe
But
got
I feel like-
redeemed. Kobe did get redeemed when he got picked up back up by Nike, and then I don't know if y'all remember but around then though LeBron was coming.
But then he went to the Olympics and did the Redeem Team and stuff like that. And then
No, he
won
won the
shit.
championship. He won the championship.
Yeah.
It was
He won the
before that, too,
championship.
because he won the MVP in 08. I'll say
They won the championship.
from 06 to 09. Do y'all remember they had the puppet commercials where it was Kobe and LeBron as the side by side faces of the league?
But when he got
That's
that
what the
dip, but when he
that's what the league advertised.
but here, what's the main thing you said that when he had Kobe next to LeBron? LeBron was the next one they integrated to become the new face of the league. Yeah. I ain't gonna say I mean it may have been critical to say Kobe may have lost the face of the league, but I felt like
he was shaky.
It put an asterisk to us saying, do we want Kobe to be the face of the league?
And then he redeemed himself completely.
And then LeBron came.
Moved past situations, but by then LeBron was the MVP caliber player.
Right.
He made Cleveland a relevant city again on the map. So
and then he's on. Then you got to mention he's on every commercial,
everywhere.
He's in everything. And then, like you said, Family Guy. You got 2 kids, innocent kid. He had a great story.
Yeah. And then the longevity of it, like LeBron shared face of the league with. At one point, you shared it with KD.
Well, I'm about to say
Steph,
with D Rose. Most recently, he shared it with Steph. But Steph's getting older now.
Now Giannis
at certain points, but like he shared, like it was Magic and Bird going back and forth for the face of the league many times. Like,
but
if league changes,
but if you're trying to single out one person, they say, listen, we need one person to speak to the masses of being the face of the league. You would say LeBron.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
You would say LeBron. You wouldn't. Granted, you had Joker winning all MVPs. You had Giannis MVP championships and stuff like that, but they wasn't face of the league.
Who's the face of the league in the NBA now?
It's still LeBron.
LeBron gone. Who
I
next?
feel like it's Steph.
That's the big question.
If Steph's still there, it will be Steph.
Yeah, but Steph getting age.
Steph's only going to have, realistically, Steph's going to have
maybe
Steph
2, 3 years.
Yeah.
And LeBron plays this year. Steph's going to have, 3 years in the sun dolo? Where he might spend more of that on the bench, even though God willing, he goes out like a.
So let me ask y'all this question then, and you take it first, Savy. Why y'all think Steph don't get the same? And I could be wrong. Why don't y'all think Steph get the same amount of love that LeBron is getting?
Oh, that's simple. I think for me, Steph is just a pure shooter, and there's nothing wrong with just shooting, but with a person with LeBron. He could shoot, not to Steph range, but he could give you excitement. He could give you the dunks. He could give you the alley oops, a pass. He could do a lot. I feel like he has a little bit more in the arsenal than Steph does. Not assistant, but I'm just saying he could go to the fucking rim. He could dunk. And I think that's you never necessarily see crowds go crazy for fucking 3-point shootouts. It's always dunk contests. It was always a thing.
No, 3D.
Well, see now it's transitioning now.
Steph changed the league.
Right. He is changing it.
No,
though,
Steph
slightly.
changed the
already
league.
changed the game.
He changed the game.
Right, but I'm saying but at that time though, the dunk contest was still a thing when LeBron was there though. Even
But
when
LeBron
Steph
never
was there.
did a dunk contest.
He never did. No, but
I think
I'm
you mean the overall physicality.
Well,
of
that's
the
what I
player.
meant. Yeah, in the
LeBron's
best
a
sense.
6'8", 250-pound freak.
Right.
Yeah. Steph is like
we have a baby
immortal
assassin. Baby
compared
face
to,
assassin.
Steph's what? My height, if not
6'1", 6'2", 6'3".
I think he's 6'2" or
6'3".
6'3".
Steph is actually a big guy.
Yeah, that's what I'm about to say. Steph,
But he's not NBA big.
Yeah.
So he's more of the approachable star. He's not the 6'11" freak. So it's like Steph's superpower is something like
he might be regimental.
He worked for it. It's something that he worked for. It's hard earned.
Yeah, but you could.
Steph is just as popular as
He's polished.
Yes, he is.
He is.
But he is. That's
think,
why I say he's the face of one.
But I think the thing is, even in interviews, when you hear LeBron speak, he's very passionate. He talks like a true leader, on and off the field. I mean, on and off the court and whatnot. So you get a little bit more in that sense than Steph. Well, to me, my personal opinion on that.
I think Steph and Clay, to speak to your point about how they speak, Steph and Clay for years benefited from Draymond playing the villain.
Draymond being the mouthpiece.
So Draymond has always been their unofficial mouthpiece. That's why they have kept him around this long. It is strictly for these niggas have a great. I'll give more respect than that. These niggas have a great image. Draymond say the shit that needs to be said. That's why they won championships after certain people left. That's why, as much as this shit has gone off the trails, it went back on the trails. They need Draymond.
Yeah,
they do.
I feel that way.
I think, kind of diving a little deeper into the LeBron Steph kind of debate. I think the reason why I think Steph doesn't get as much love, to me, this is just me personally, even though a lot of people love Steph because Steph has broken records just like LeBron broke records, I think that the things that Steph do, even though it's incredible, I don't think no one can ever be as great of a shooter as Steph can ever be. But some people coming up, like basketball players coming up, college kids, AAU kids, feel like it's more obtainable to do what Steph is doing compared to what LeBron is doing. And that could just be a size thing. You're never going to find somebody that's 6'8", 270 doing what LeBron do.
Nope.
But you can find that guard. Like, perfect example, Florida. There's a guard in Florida that's in the NCAA championship game. Clayton, his last name for Florida. He's a shooter. Lights out shooter.
Clayton Jr., yeah.
Clayton Jr. Lights out shooter. A lot of people are trying to compare him to Steph.
Steph won in Davidson.
So
yeah.
What's
the dude from Atlanta? I don't know why I'm forgetting his name.
Trae
Young.
Trae Young.
When Trae Young was coming through college, Oklahoma, they would say, "Oh, that's Steph Curry." And remember, Trae Young was doing a little point up and stuff like that.
The first 2 years in
it was
the popular
Steph.
he's the popular comparison now. Like every quarterback coming out right now is compared to Patrick Mahomes.
Yep.
Like every
get the arm talent.
Right.
But
There's a dude in college right now that literally puts his hair.
Dylan
Nebraska.
Dylan Nebraska.
Nebraska.
Yeah.
He got the arm. He just like.
But
It's an easy comp to make, but
I think that's the same thing with LeBron though, because just
nobody gonna be LeBron.
But hold up. But
is
they
freak out. It's like
they compare
KD.
LeBron shit to Kobe or LeBron shit to Michael Jordan. Like
LeBron was bigger than them coming out of high school.
Yeah,
So
no. But I'm saying
they compare their greatness, but they ain't compare them physically.
Yeah.
right. But they still are comparing. It doesn't matter the physicality or the points. They're still comparing, and who are they comparing it to? Or the greats. Oh, a couple of greats in a sense. So because your name is in the same sentence with somebody else, I think that bolster your a person's like a fan perspective. Like, yo, you know what? I'm probably more here than
if you hear somebody's compared to Steph Curry, you're gonna try to watch that person. I get what you're saying.
Yeah, basically.
It's like their notoriety.
Yep, exactly what it
but
is.
It's an easy comparison. It's sort of a lazy comparison that we do. Like,
Yeah.
It is.
This person's next to this person. Like, it's lazy. Like we have to do better than that. As media, we gotta do better than that.
Well, yeah, and that's
like
kind of
the
tricky.
kid who you're talking about from Florida, he really remind me of Jamal Murray.
He do.
Yeah.
Jamal Murray from
So if you
Denver.
want to be like,
He played
Kentucky.
Kentucky was he? He came from Kentucky.
Yeah, he came from Kentucky.
But he played
But-
for I forgot team name. Oh, the Spurs.
No, Nuggets.
no, Jamal Murray.
Jamal Murray.
My bad. I got the other
Denver
Murray.
Nuggets.
I got
Denver
the other
Nuggets,
Murray.
baby.
Spurs. Who the fuck you thought about?
I'm
Chris
talking
Paul?
No, I'm talking about the other one.
Oh, you talking about DeJounte Murray?
Yeah, Jamal Murray.
I'm like,
DeJounte.
this nigga
Yeah.
thought about Stephen Sandcastle.
Yeah, I keep.
Yeah,
Too many
like,
niggas.
it's like we prisoners in the moment, right?
Yeah, we really are.
Yeah.
So, basketball's changed 4 times. It changed when Magic was in there. It changed when Jordan was in there,
Iverson.
and it changed when Shaq was in there.
Think so? I think
It changed.
I think with AI.
It
I think AI changed the game too.
No, it changed. AI changed the game culturally. Shaq changed the actual game of basketball because teams had to start carrying 4 and 5 7-footers.
Oh, the hacking sack.
Well, see,
Because
I think it went. I think it went from.
on Shaq because Shaq was tearing down.
But see, I think it went from bigs when you had Bill, Wilt, and them. Then
Yeah.
it transitioned to like
The small guard.
guards, smaller guards.
that's when Michael.
Yeah.
that was when that. But you had
Jordan
Mike,
was
Isaiah,
drafted-
and all them in there
Jordan was drafted behind, I think, Sam Bowie.
Yeah, and what happened to him?
Famously, he was drafted
because they had
third
Clyde Drexler,
behind
and they
two.
told him you should just
But
have
they
two
all
George.
the narrative also was a guard can never lead you to a championship.
Yes.
How that works.
It was
That's
the
how
big
Jordan
man.
changed the league. Jordan changed it, and he had the triangle offense. That changed the league too.
And he also he
Yeah.
had Phil, Scotty.
So-
He got Scotty.
Yep.
And then Shaq changed the league because you had to start carrying 4 centers, and it was like you have to.
Yeah, he was the most dominant center.
Magic and the Showtime Lakers changed the league because the fast break that they were able to do. They call the Showtime Lakers for a reason.
Yep.
And Steph has changed the league where it might go back, but now centers are trying to shoot.
Everybody shoot
Are
threes.
trying to shoot threes.
Mhm.
In fact, it's not just Steph. If we really want to be technical about it, it's Steph and it's James Harden. Because the step back 3 was not a shot before.
Yeah,
they
but-
made it popular because they could hit
Yeah.
such a high
Yeah,
clip.
but you. That's another time. That's another conversation because that could be a whole nother.
Yeah,
that could be a whole nother podcast about that because I've heard some shit about putting Steph and James Harden kind of in the film.
Steph, nah, you can't put James Harden.
Yeah, you can't. But in the sense of what he's talking about, changing the game, the way the game is played now, I understand
but
it.
the
It's
game's
just
cyclical, so we
tough.
don't have to be like, oh, that person. You don't have to glorify James Harden because he did play a part in changing the game. The game's cyclical. At some point, you have to think motherfuckers are gonna realize they can't shoot like Steph. That they gotta slow it down, and we gotta bring the center back.
Yeah.
No, the center's back. I mean, Joker. If it wasn't for SGA, Joker would have been winning his.
But centers don't
another
play
MVP.
traditional center no more. Who you know is the traditional center posting up no more?
Nobody.
Nah, you really don't hear about that.
Yeah, you really don't.
DeMarcus Cousins had a great point when he said, "Yo, I can come in the league and be one of the best centers in the league," and niggas like, "No, that's crazy." But
No,
you
he
think about
could.
it,
But he had a run.
Nobody's
Randall.
playing really back to the basket no more, so it's different.
Randall.
Yeah,
You know Randall. I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Sangoon. I think he's the only one that's.
He's
still,
the only one.
I mean,
think
I
so.
feel like Joker is a back. He could be
He
a back
could.
to the back.
But he's also a distributor. He's also a
Yeah.
3-point
Oh,
shooter.
he's
He's not traditional center.
But you ain't gonna find no
Facts.
big that's gonna give you a sky hook shot, drops that dunk like Dwight and shit.
Nah.
The game's cyclical. Something's got to give. Somebody got to realize I'm not gonna be able to shoot like Steph, and we got to change this.
Facts.
Right.
I mean, but eventually they might all be able to shoot like Steph. Really, it just takes
It just takes the time.
it
Yeah.
takes time and repetition. Back in the day, because there was Shaq, I guess you didn't want to risk shooting threes because that's for a guaranteed two.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it just need a big man to exist who's gonna be a guaranteed two, and then maybe they'll scale it back a little bit.
Why take a 25-footer when you get 2 feet right by the basket?
Yeah, dunking on somebody with
Yep.
a foul and one.
Exactly.
But everybody's trying to be Steph, so they just think if I just like shoot like 1,000 a day, I'll get there eventually.
Stay in good shape.
And going back to what we spoke about being universally loved, Steph and his style of play has really pissed off like old school basketball heads.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Like basketball purists don't really love Steph. Like because they like, oh, these motherfuckers shooting too many threes nowadays. It's
You gotta
all
think
his
about
fault
niggas-
because he's
What about the
making them.
mid-range
They
jumpers?
probably
Yeah.
love Steph, but not what he brought.
They
Yeah.
love Steph because
Yeah.
he is a traditional person, but they don't love what he
He's-
brought. That's why Steph. That's probably the only reason Steph isn't more loved. But besides that, Steph is universally loved. He has a
Nah,
unanimous
I
MVP.
agree with that.
To have a unanimous MVP, you got to be loved by motherfuckers.
Right.
No, that's true. That's very
You could
true.
tell. We'll move on. You could tell because the fact of the matter is, when you go on the fast break, you know how niggas go on fast break. Oh, we going to the bucket.
Nah.
Niggas is stopping at the 3. Soon as they get past half court, they looking for niggas are like
the wing.
fanning out to the corners, to
Yeah.
the wings. And if you got Steph pulling up from as soon as he cross half court,
That shit open water.
that's opened up a whole new realm, bro.
He's
Steph,
green
Steph
from
is
there.
the one guy who's really like fucking up LeBron's legacy.
Why you say
How
that?
you say that?
What do you mean Wise said that? He's been in the way for a while. We're not saying
But it
LeBron's
wasn't
number
always-
one.
Oh, I mean, stopping him from getting like rings and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, okay.
Like Jordan. Like Jordan
But
was
you
the
gotta-
face of the
Yeah,
league.
Oh, like
Okay.
Jordan was stopping
Yeah,
everybody
okay.
from getting.
But
Okay,
you got to
Yeah.
think LeBron was in the finals, 10 straight years? He wasn't just Steph beating him. It was a couple dudes beating him.
but Steph and them
Yeah,
got
but-
him majority of the
Jordan
time.
time.
Got him a couple of times.
That's because they had to rise.
Yeah.
At some point, somebody
Remember,
had to rise to be that
what Steph
superpower.
got? 4?
Yeah.
Yeah.
3 of them was against LeBron.
Yeah.
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 And then LeBron ran against the Spurs,
Yeah, with Tim,
ran against the Mavs,
the Tim Duncan,
Tim
Yeah.
Duncan, and
Kawhi Leonard.
Kawhi finish him.
I just think you know what it is. It's just that run that they had where they faced each other at least like 4 times. I think.
It was back to back one year, right?
Yeah, and like 3 of those times
It was.
they ran him out the building.
Yeah.
That's it.
That one year that saved them when Kyrie and them the game winning shot in the game 7.
Yeah.
That kind of saved his legacy, just like Ray Allen saved his legacy in Miami.
Yup.
Yeah, but moving on though. I mean that topic. I like that topic. I feel like we're gonna revisit that shit.
We gotta do the sports pod is coming soon.
No, for sure.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to go to this topic, but I know Scott doesn't want me to go to this topic. But I'm gonna go to it anyway.
Shake his head like that.
And the reason I'm gonna go to it is because I want you to preface this by what I'm gonna tell. So if anyone remember the gentleman that played Biggie in the Notorious movie, Jamal, what's his name? Jamal Hayward, I believe his name is.
Fucking.
I have
from the Biggie movie.
Yeah, the nigga from the Biggie movie.
Nigga from
pretty
Barbershop
much.
too.
Yeah, he was in Barbershop too.
He in a lot of Tubi movies too.
Yeah,
a lot of Tubi King. Yeah.
Shout out, don't sleep on Tubi. Shout out,
King too.
Shout out to Tubi though. Jamal Woolard is his name though. But in the interview he was on the podcast, he expressed how he found dating outside his race is less challenging, stating that I just feel like it's less of a problem. He feel like he's had experience in relationships with black women, but they also have came with more conflict. Whereas dating women from other races seems to present fewer issues, and it has been less stressful in his life. Now, the people that he interviewed, the women that was on that podcast, took to Twitter and kind of twisted his words around and tried to say that he thought that black women were less desirable. Now, let me start off by saying this. I don't think anybody in this room or on this podcast think women are less desirable. Black women in general are less desirable. I don't feel that way. I know you guys don't feel that way either. Now, for the sake of the conversation, right? I'm not going to say I'm playing devil's advocate, but what I'm saying is because
please.
Wait, I got you. No, I got you, Scott.
Hey, yo.
I want to get this point across first, and then I'll get to that. What I'm trying to say is,
yeah, I know. So live speechless.
No, it's not speechless. I'm just trying to.
You knew what I tried to.
Yeah. I know he's trying to deed me into a way, but it's not because
Yeah,
I just want to clean
Well,
it up.
well, he already cleaned it up. He already said that. Look, we all love black women.
Yes.
We don't find them the least desirable.
Right.
Yes.
But when it comes to the rest of the world, that it doesn't matter what we think in this
Right.
world.
Yes.
So when it comes to the rest of the world, that might be the case. Well, finish what you have to say.
Right. No, but that's
I'm
what
not, I'm not even saying that's what he's.
But
gonna
that's
say,
where I was. That's where I was going because I feel like the rest of, even in our own race, feel like outside of us, outside this room, other people are saying the same thing, but saying it in different tones. Saying like, "I'm dating outside my race," or I can't deal with a strong, independent black women and stuff like that.
Let's just say love is love. Simple
Right.
as that. Whether you date outside your race, whether you date within your race.
But
Love is love.
the reason why I'm saying devil's advocate, I guess kind of a bad word, but when I'm saying it, I feel like in the black community, specifically the black women, the strong, independent, I got this, I don't need a man type
They got that
vibe,
stigma on top of them.
that stigma gets thrown onto them, and it kind of does make them not less desirable, but less want to be dealt with because it does come with a lot of friction. It does come with a lot of conflict and headbutting. So kind of what he was saying in his original conversation of saying like, I deal with too, like a man in general, whatever race, goes through a lot in the world when they out there, right? To have to come home or have to deal with a woman that's like, just yapping and then say, you know what, I don't need you, I can get it done on my own. It sucks. But it's sad to say that it comes from the race, sadly, of the black woman.
I think all races of women do say that, but
It's prevalently high within the black community.
Nah,
well,
man, I think it's more of a upbringing of like the person's like mom or family member and just in general because of how they were raised up and what part of the world that was brought up as well. Because like if you have like a Spanish person living in Georgia or whatever, the way they're gonna treat you is something completely different than a Spanish person from the Bronx. It's gonna be different. Mm-hmm. Granted, they both Spanish, but it's gonna be different.
Culturally, what you exposed to.
Exactly.
Yep.
So like, because I heard what he was not you. I'm talking about.
Jamal Woolard.
Yeah, what he was saying and stuff. Like I actually was watching that shit and he got backlash. I think one of the girls from Love and Hip Hop or something, I think, dated him, and it was like a whole situation started going off.
She started naming all his flaws and shit like that.
But I understand where he's coming from. But like for me, my personal experience, like I like chocolate, bro. I think we had this conversation numerous fucking times.
I like chocolate, bro.
And I dealt with like Spanish girls before too. I think I dealt with a lot of different
walks of life.
Yeah, man. So like, I honestly don't see any big difference. Like,
It depends what the region you're from.
right? That is true.
Culturally, like for example, me, I stay with my I love chocolate and Latino. I just can't go outside my race because cultural.
Bro,
what do you consider like you're more in tune with a Spanish girl? You're more in tune with a black girl?
Both of them.
Okay.
Because I've been in both worlds. All my best friends are black. I got 2, maybe 3 Spanish people like my best friend, Savy, and my other 2 boys. Everyone's like you guys, and I deal with both culture, and I love both culture. I could deal with both of them. I could do both of them. I think, like example, I can't date a white girl. I just can't. I try. Doesn't work for me,
bro. That's the thing.
Just me personally.
No funny shit is too, because I used to I can't even say, I used to mess around with a girl from Sri Lankan.
Where?
Sri Lankan.
East
Asian.
Asia.
Yeah.
So fuck?
It's kind of like Indian, but
don't worry.
I thought he was trying to say South Dakota or something.
Me Scott got him.
Yeah, we got a map for you later.
Yeah, we got it.
Cool. Pull that bitch up.
So completely different, like family, but how she is, like really, really dope, very understanding, very patient. Not one of those people that just want to be argumentative or whatever, just want to always pick a fight. Compared to like any other female I dealt with.
Right.
So like again, it's about region and how the family,
and culture too.
Yeah, culture and stuff. So like, yeah, it doesn't really matter. I guess the skin tone of a person.
No.
I think it's more so region and how they was like raised up and stuff. So
all right, we heard from our 2 Spanish brothers, but like as black men, the 3 of us here, we gotta speak on it because Lyric, you with a black girl.
Yeah, and that's why I said, like again, I was trying to play that, not devil's advocate, but I was trying to have a rebuttal to the actual conversation. Like, I've dated outside my race. I've dated maybe a lot of cultures and backgrounds that I've never really thought I would. The thing that always brings me back to is the fact that I love my women, my black women. And Latino women as well. And at one point, I was really attracted to Haitian women, which was a crazy fucking run for me. Like, it was like 2 summers back to back, I was just dating Haitian women.
Your life was in jeopardy.
It really was. But I say that to say this, that
I'll put a root on your ass.
I say that to say this. Because, every black female that I've dated, all were different. You know, feature-wise, it kind of was the same physically, but they all were different. The reason why I kind of understood what he was saying, and I kind of understood what the picture that those women were trying to paint by saying black women are less, he's trying to say that black women were less desirable, is the fact that a lot of men in our culture, we preach that peace shit. You get what I'm saying? Like, we don't like to argue, we don't like to stress and stuff like that. But it's not really always the black woman that brings that stress. It's not always honestly, it's not even always the woman that brings the stress. We kind of bring that stress on ourselves by not attacking the issue from the get. But I say that to also, again, looking at the other side of the coin, that women as well do not know how to kind of, in a sense, read the room. And when I say read the room, I say like, you don't understand that this is going to drive me away from you. The constant complaining, the constant, not saying not doing for me because I could do for myself. I'm just speaking in general, but the concept of not being that partner, you know, not just being the woman that's there like, oh, this, that, and the third. Oh, he a broke, he can't do for me. This, now I'm Miss Independent. That makes you, to me, less desirable because I'm just like, I do want to do for that woman. I do want to do for that woman, especially that's going to eventually be my wife. But when you come with that energy of, I can do for myself. You can't do this. When you try to set the rules, I guess it just don't work for me.
I mean, I think that's probably like more of just a black culture. Well, I don't want to just say black culture thing, but that is how I guess a lot of women are raised, even if they need to or not. Right. For some reason, we keep telling these young girls to, oh, you need to be independent. You need to blah blah blah. You need to not have to rely on a man. And it's like, yes, but you don't need to take it to the extreme. Like, you don't need to live by this.
Right.
Right.
This don't need to be your Bible that, oh, just in case of a man does this, I'm gonna, like, calm down. All right,
right.
If things get rough and things get out of hand, then be able to take care of yourself. That's the point of that. But some people, or some women, it's like they embody that too much, and it's like it becomes their whole identity. Now it's like, oh, I'm a working woman, and I'm putting this before me even being just a woman that's supposed to be carrying kids and progressing human nature, a human life. Because, I mean, if you bring it back to the Bible, that's what we're here for, to procreate.
Yep.
But now it's like, that's not top priority now. Now all of a sudden, being able to, I guess, feed yourself is top priority, even though you're going to be able to eat at the end of the day regardless. Like, no one's out here really dying of hunger anymore. You know? So,
you're going to find a way.
Right.
You're going to find a way.
Right.
But some women, I mean, they just embody a little bit too much that, oh, I don't need a man. To the point where they scare other guys off. And you're like, I don't want to deal with this woman anymore. She's too much. I just want to get her a hot dog. And like, now she's like, I
chill
buy
out.
my own hot dog.
Right.
And
I
it's
want
like,
this.
Yeah. And it becomes a whole bigger thing. And of course, maybe they're probably daughters of single mothers or probably was in a household that had a domestic disputes and shit like that. So it's like, when all that shit that happens in their head and whatever, and then people keep telling them, hey, don't focus on a man. Hey, make sure you go to college so you can take care of yourself.
You come in a sense brainwashed.
Yeah. Now that's how they just feel.
He's grooming.
And then
Grooming.
when fucking Beyonce go on the radio and double downs on that, what you think they're gonna do?
Follow her.
Nah, facts. Facts. That's very true.
If you see the interview, there was another interview that was interesting. It was a Spanish guy leading it. And he said, too many black women are raised by their single mothers, and they're taught, don't take no shit from no man.
Bingo.
And to be able to provide for yourself and be independent. While Spanish girls are raised to cook and clean to be able to take care of households.
Total opposite.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And they're prepped to deal with how to be a wife and be a man.
They get
There's
groomed
a
into
skill
it
set
too.
to being a wife that I think not every person, not black woman, white woman, don't matter, and not every person is aware of.
But I ain't gonna hold you, not to cut you off though, Scott. But like that goes back to what I was saying about origin and stuff. Because you can have a Spanish girl that's in Jersey City that's actually like having those type of like dialogue with their family, and it may not be the way how you just described it and stuff like that. Unless like you go to like Puerto Rico, DR, fucking Ecuadorian, whatever, then it's more like a homeland feeling. So like, yeah, they groom you or they prep you to be like, yeah, man, just know when you take care of your husband, this is what you need to do, X, Y, Z. But once you move that person out of the country, bring them to the city, it's a whole other
and that's
concept.
why for myself, I don't think it's like, that's not a cultural thing. That's
Western
that could be
civilization.
that is a class thing.
Mm-hmm.
So for every city girl that gets in a man's face and makes his life harder and is about her independence and her shit, and let's call a spade, a little selfish and a little self-appreciating.
Right.
Yep.
For every girl like that, there's a girl from down south that was raised in a 2-parent household her whole life, has been shown what a good marriage is and how to operate a good marriage, how to be a good wife.
Still to do the
I
same
think
thing.
like can
Black,
like
white, Spanish.
a great
it's about how you
example.
grow.
The Amish community. Some of the females, not even some, all the females that's out there, they know what to expect and how to take care of their man or family. This is by law out there. I think once, and they are able to, not really though, but some people do sneak away, like go out, see the city or whatever, and they may not never come back. And after a while, like, their traditions are not the same anymore. Like, they just branch off. They meet a regular dude that's not Amish or whatever, and now it's just whatever they're gonna go about for whether they know or they're gonna go with the flow. Like, you know
But
what?
the way the Amish deal with that is they shun you because they don't
Right.
believe in that way of living.
Right. But that's for the people that decide to go rogue and be like, I'm gonna go out here and I'm gonna just live my fucking life.
So,
Yeah.
so what about? So, let me ask this, and we can move on after this. Do y'all think that it's a cultural thing that certain cultures are not adaptive to change? like acceptive of change, I guess is the word I'm trying to say, in the sense of like we kind of compare, like, let's just say black and Latino, right? There's some stigmatism with the black culture is like, I'm good, I could do bad on my own. I'm not here to fight. I'm not going to fight this out with you. Where in the Latina culture, they're like, oh, I'm here to serve and cater to my man. Hey, things may be rough right now, but we're going to get through.
But here or back in their country?
Just in general.
It's two different worlds.
I think the number of ride or die women who are willing to, who have the skill set to be a great wife and execute that and stick with you to thick and thin, I think that you got to find one. It's hard to find one, but when you do, you got to love it. Whether it's black, white, Spanish, yellow, whatever fuck color.
Yeah, but I get you, George. It is two different worlds.
It's two different. Here in America and here in DR or here in Colombia, it's two different worlds.
So I'm asking, like, all right, so let's just stick here, right? Let's just stick here. What I'm asking is, like, let's just say, is it a culture? Is it a culture thing? Is it like a black thing? Is it a Latino thing? Is it a white thing that certain cultures don't adapt to their situation? When in a sense, like the black culture can't shred, like, oh, I can't do this with you. I'm independent. I can do for my own. Whereas a Latina may be in the same situation as that black woman or black male and say, you know what, I can adapt to this. I can work through this.
I think it goes back to how I was saying with the origin and stuff. Like, for example, like,
so it's always going to be where you're from.
I think it is from where you're from.
It's where you're at. I feel like.
And
I feel like it's harder to keep traditions in certain places where
it's hard to keep traditions in America.
Yes,
because that shit always kind of get diluted and
after generation after generation after generation.
That's why I said
that's why he's talking about the Amish. People leave the Amish for a reason because they're exposed to all this other shit.
Right, exactly. So, like, a great example, right? Let's say that all of us, right? We hang out with each other for like X amount of time. Years go past, so to the point where we kind of know what one another thinking, in a sense. So we have that like telepathy in our brain, like mannerism and stuff like that. So like if you're like go somewhere else or whatever, they'd be like, oh, I don't know you, man. You act just like this person, this and the third. It's because you guys be around with one another so much. Even though you guys have separate families and stuff, but due to the fact, like, and I'm talking about, like, I'm having this conversation to attach it to the word community. So you within the same community, and of course, you know, trick and trades and stuff like that, like secrets to like how you cook, something like that, right? So you know different ingredients, even though, like, for example,
like a melting pot,
right? Yep, basically was exactly what it is. So like that's why I like to say origin. It's just the community. So like you're not part of a family within yourself. You're in a family above every other network that's around you now. So like, yeah, you might be Spanish, but nah, you being around like just a lot of black people. So you kind of Spanish and black. The same thing for like a lot of Spanish, black and Spanish.
You kind of adjust to that culture.
Okay, it's a little bit of blend of everything though.
So you got to learn how to respect other cultures too. Like, you ever went inside somebody else's house?
Oh yeah.
The rules are you take your shoes off in this house.
Right, shoes, hats.
It's whatever you can enforce in your house.
That's why you ask before I go to my house. It's cool with me taking my sneakers off, my hat off. I ask before I go to my house.
Yep.
I'm not
so
sure.
I'll say because we're sort of bashing like the single mother mentality where there are some single mothers that do prepare these young girls.
Every culture got single moms.
Yeah. Wait.
There is something you got to do.
When we bash,
I was about to say that's your ticket.
I'm just saying
we didn't bash them this time.
We say girls raised by single mothers were happening all the time. I'm just saying that there are people.
The fuck we said that?
No.
I'm not saying y'all said that.
I'm the only person that said something about single mothers.
Yeah, I'm about to say I know he didn't bash him though.
I'm not saying I'm all right. I'm not.
No, that
I
was.
don't want to get anything misconstrued.
Again, I repeat myself. That was one of the households that I described that someone could have that type of mentality in. I described an abusive household, a single mother household, and I guess I'm adding this even with this household where there's a mom and a pops.
You said a two-parent household.
Yeah,
you said that.
Yeah, so I was just naming a household. I'm not saying like only single mothers.
Yeah, two-parent household people.
Daughters be
there's plenty of crazy girls that have two-parent households. We'll say that. Everybody, yeah.
Yeah, because you got to think about it. Even though, I mean, sometimes the stigma is that the girls or even the guys that come from a two-parent household, the quiet guys, the quiet girls, become the biggest motherfucking social butterflies, freaks and shit like that, compared to the person that had a single mom or single dad and they strong-minded and get shit done and
family,
stuff. Yeah. Exactly.
LeBron came from a single mother.
Exactly.
Right. Yeah.
You know what's crazy? Not to get off topic. Do y'all ever wonder, like, if LeBron Pops is pissed that he see his son, like, flourishing like that, and you could have been, like, a part of that?
I don't think it would have happened, though.
You don't think so?
Nah.
So you think he needed the adversity?
Yeah. I you know what? Let me be fair. I don't think he needed the adversity, but it definitely amplify his motivation. I think that's the best way to describe it, because sometimes you never know, absent of a father. It could bring its pros and cons to everything. Having an absent of father, you're gonna be tight. It's gonna hurt. You're gonna be a lot of questions why you feel like you're never good enough, and you push yourself to the greatest. Where people that does have a father, I'm pretty sure, they're gonna be very supportive and they're gonna give them the best or whatever though. So it kind of cans off of one another though. But it all depends on what type of father you really. In a sense, though, but that is
exactly.
A good.
He's right. It all depends on his father. Like if his father was going to be on it like that, then I think it'll be a same story, probably even better.
Right.
But if his father's going to just be fucked up, then it's like he's going to hold him back.
Yeah.
I just always think that, like, every time you see LeBron achieve an accolade or you see him win the championships and stuff like that, I just be like, if I was his pops, like, damn.
Do you think?
Huh? I've never heard even in interviews. I never heard LeBron really mention his pops.
He never did. I think he know him and just paying him off to be quiet.
Yeah. And the only reason it's funny though because you're speaking about that now. It's not really nobody right now, but they were just Anthony Richardson. They were just talking about him on the podcast. Like he was on the podcast. Like he grew up with just his mom and his little brother and stuff, right? And the podcast was more like a Christian podcast, like churchy. And they was asking him about his pops. He doesn't speak about his pops. He always talk about his mom. I think in the draft, his mom and his brother was there, little brother. And bro, he actually did mention his father on the podcast. Like, yo, I forgave him. Like, I understand. Like me having a kid now, I understand the things that went through or whatever. But I personally forgave him. So like he had that moment to himself, like a little piece to himself, like I understand though, but
he's happy with
right. But it built a lot
funny
of.
Enough, I just watched because Anthony Richardson, the same athlete he's talking about was when he was in high school. He did a high school series called QB1.
Oh, I was on Tubi. I was watching that
Tubi.
shit. Yep.
So,
shout out to Tubi.
On one of the last episodes of his season, the father. Well, his father. Well, he lived in Gainesville, and his father lived in Miami still for the rest of his life, and that's why it was mostly him and his little brother Corey. So he's like, his father came up one time, and it wasn't no scene where they're together, they're interacting, anything like that. So it's like a lot of these athletes, once you blow up, it's like now the father has time for them, and now
too late, man.
Too late now. I did everything without you.
But some of them do forgive their father. Like Ray Lewis was telling a great story about that. Shit, Kevin Hart is a guy like that. He like, I got my father off drugs, and then I spent my last days with him. Will Smith was like that. Like,
but remember that Will Smith had that iconic scene in Fresh Prince.
Well,
had 18 whatever years. To hell with him.
Why you don't want me no more?
Why you don't want me no
that
more?
That shit hurt, yo.
And that went through my mind.
My daddy right there, and I was still.
But see, that went through my mind. Like, and LeBron, like I said, we can go through a million interviews. I think I can probably research and shit with LeBron.
And I've never hear him.
Never heard it. And it's always like my mom got me through this. My coach got me through this.
Kevin
I stayed
Durant,
with my coach and shit.
My MVP.
Same thing with KD.
Yeah. Yep, he always his mom and he on.
Well, I ain't gonna lie. What it does show for most definitely, I think, it's always great to have a father figure in your life, man. But to have a mom, man, to have a mom is something completely different. It's like no other, and stuff like that. Like it's you crying, Scott? You alright?
I'm allergies.
He tried to blame it on allergies. That nigga put his head down.
I was looking around like this. Homie not crying.
I'm fighting for my life right here. I was trying.
No, I see you go your head down. I just couldn't see behind the monitor. I was just like, hope you all right.
I see my man glasses go up, his head go down. So,
your boy ain't having clarity today. My bad, guys.
It's all right, man. Real men cry.
Yeah, I wasn't crying. I'll tell you when I cry. I'm not gonna lie. I was thinking about this the other day. There's only 3 like scenes like from movies black men
that
real
made
men
you
can
cry
from.
Tell me.
It's Will Smith in The Pursuit of Happiness.
That was a good movie.
That was a tough one.
You got 2 scenes when he's in the bathroom and at the end when he finally gets the job.
Yeah, at the end. I think at the end was the real one.
That's the
that
real
got
one.
me.
John Q.
I was just about to say that.
Yo, everybody knows, and Will Smith in that scene you're talking about.
Yeah. When John Q said, "I'm not going to bury my
he's
son,"
like, my son's gonna
bury me, nigga. Right now, if I watch John Q now with me having a son, dog.
Yo, and it's one tear that goes down. There's one eye.
What the third one?
Real slow.
What the third one was the Will Smith
was Will
one.
Smith and all that.
But
you
I got one.
You go Tom Hanks and Castaway when he lose
Nah.
That's pretty fucking.
What's wrong with Tom Hanks, bro?
No disrespect. Tom Hanks is a great actor. I don't want no disrespect to Tom Hanks. Tom Hanks is a great actor.
It's only one movie.
Tom Hanks is a good enough actor to make you fucking remember. Like forget you. Like
I ain't gonna lie. I got another one.
I got another one.
Which one, George?
It was Brandon Bean Jordan. It was the one in Oakland.
Oh, G Baby died?
No.
Station.
When he got shot, nigga can't.
That was based on a true story.
Yeah, that was
based on
I cried because damn, that
I ain't
could
gonna
be
hold
me.
you. When G Baby got killed and
Niggas was talking about that the other day.
G Baby got killed. I fucked up.
What about when Will Smith lost that dog in I Am Legend?
Oh yeah.
Nah, I ain't
Fuck
crying.
that dog.
That was sad.
No,
I have
fuck
a
that
dog, bro. So I have
Also,
some
all the dog
sensibilities
lovers,
to that,
I know they
man.
probably felt the same way.
That's the only movie I cry
Michael
on.
Vick ass nigga.
I don't fuck with
Bruh.
dogs. I got bit by a dog. I don't fuck with dogs.
Nah, but real shit like fathers are important, and I think like seeing fathers get like
Recognition and stuff like that.
Yeah, like they're really important. Like on both, even the conversation we had before, like. I think in order to learn how to be a good wife, you gotta learn what a good husband looks like.
Right, and then your father is a prime
That boy preaching right here.
So
Yeah, man.
we got roles to step in when we have kids, man.
Facts. So let's bring up the mood a little bit. So I was on X, formerly known as Twitter. And someone posed this question. It says, "What's worse, a person that brings nothing to the function or the kickback, or a person that takes back what they brought to the function or kickback?"
Yo, I ain't gonna lie. I feel like it's equally disrespectful either way, bro.
Wait, what do you mean? Take
some-
the whole thing?
Nah,
I
like
big
say-
a cake.
Like
Say-
she
I
was
big
saying
a
a
cake.
bottle. She was saying like a bottle and like a pan of food.
Hey, she take that shit back home?
Yeah.
That's fucked up both ways.
Yeah, man. I
But
think,
is it worse than somebody that didn't bring shit?
I think
both
it's
of them-
equally. I
both
think it's
of them
equally
worse.
selfish.
Yes.
Bro.
Nah.
Because listen, if I go, me, man, I don't know. This goes back to like the whole situation of community or how you raise up. I know if I go to somebody's house, I'm bringing something, rather a bottle.
Also,
me and Scott be having this conversation from time to time about bringing shit into people's houses or whatever. Like, I'm not going somewhere if I don't have nothing to give or to offer.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I know people that do that shit too. They bring like a bottle. They like, all right, bro. And if they
go out
notice
with 'em.
like that bottle hasn't been touched,
They
or
take
like,
it with them.
yo, they take that shit back.
If the people say, yo, you could
I
take
did that
some
in my
home.
early 20s.
Yeah, I used to do that too. But here's the thing.
Early 20s.
Sometimes, but here's my thing. Sometimes the host, like I've never,
If the host say, yo, you could take
that's
some
my
with you.
thing. Sometimes the host will say that, right?
Because
So-
nobody really touch it. Yeah.
Right.
Ain't no host will ever say, take that bottle with you back, bro. I never heard that.
Some
Gotta be
places
some
I
shit
went
nobody
to.
I
drinking.
never heard.
Nobody got love that
But
shit.
They'll say, yo, take the food with you. Yo, you want
No.
some food? Take it with you.
And I only did that at cookouts.
Right
I know.
now, if you bring some Casamigos Blanco to somebody else,
That shit is
nobody
gone.
gonna touch it.
That shit is gone.
Blanco, not.
Oh, no,
Reposado.
okay.
If
Reposado.
somebody bring some Casamigos Blanco to your house right now, it might be him and one other person that touched that.
I got that shit in my trunk right now,
I
too,
don't
by the
want
way.
that shit. I
How
don't
long
want
has
that
it been
shit.
there?
Since January, bro.
I don't want that shit.
But see,
Alright,
here's my
then.
thing. I know
He could take that back with him.
I know a guy that would go to cookouts or go to functions and would bring liquor that he knew nobody was going to drink, but him.
Oh, that nigga ain't
He
shit.
would only bring. I'm not going to
That's not
expose
necessarily
him.
a bad thing.
That
because he-
is, bro. That is because you know what? It's not, and it is. So it's not because all right, cool. You better be drinking off of that one bottle only. Then.
Yup.
Exactly. That's what I
So-
mean.
so
Like,
no,
he's
don't-
not- He
So-
knows what he like, and he's not inconvenienced.
But here's my thing. I brought a bottle though. Even though maybe it just might be the thing that I only drink. So because I only brought that because I drink it, I can't indulge in nothing else.
Are you
contributed.
drinking? Are you drinking that one bottle and that one bottle only? That
No,
you
I'm
bought?
Are you still offering it to
No,
other
I'm
people?
still offering it,
And
but
if
I know
nobody-
people.
But if nobody like it, you're good to me.
Right. So here's my thing. I'm not going to expose the person, but I know this person. He used to bring Pride and Clark to a function.
I know.
He used to bring Pride and Clark. And nothing against him or nothing like that, because that's my man.
Fucking wild.
But at the end of the day, nobody really drink Pride and Clark.
Wait,
Here's the thing. Nobody's going to drink Pride and Clark.
This was in our 20s?
Huh?
That
This
was
was,
not
this was in
20s?
our 20s.
All right.
This is not now. I don't know what they do
Okay.
now.
Yeah,
But nobody's going to drink the Pride and Clark if you see... What were we drinking back then?
Henny,
Ciroc, and Ciroc, Grey Goose,
Grey
Savecca.
Goose, Savecca.
Nobody's going to drink the Pride and Clark if that's
What the fuck
the
is wrong with us, man?
Nigga, we was
It
poor.
was, man.
exclusive, all that nasty shit.
Nigga, we was poor back then.
But I say that to say this. I think the person that's worse out of those two type of people is the person that don't bring nothing. Because the fact of the matter is, you had the balls to come to a function you were invited to, and even though
the last minute, or he knew.
no,
already?
it was the fact that you knew. Maybe they told you during the week, "Hey, I'm having a get together on
fuck
Friday,"
that.
and then you bring nothing, and then you still like socialize and drink and stuff like that. That's kind of bad.
We know people that did that.
There's only one exception to this. You have to make sure you fucking call first. And this is a conversation me and you, Savy, had.
Yeah.
The one time he had a barbecue. I think it's one of the early times where I first met y'all.
When he had it on the rooftop.
The
He had it
rooftop.
on the rooftop. And I'm like, yo, what you need to bring? Bro, nothing.
Nothing.
We have everything here.
Yeah.
Yo, I couldn't accept that. No, but he's like, bro, nothing. We have everything here.
You different.
Nothing in my mind would let me like not bring nothing. So I still brought a bottle.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, I put some chips and some shit like that.
Yeah.
Bro, but it's like,
But to
it's
show
like
up empty-handed,
walking up somewhere empty-handed, even if who the host says is okay, it does look crazy. But I think they're both just as bad. Honestly.
Yeah, me too. Both of
Yeah.
that.
I think coming empty-handed is worse than taking back what you brought, because
That's embarrassing, though. You taking back a bottle that you brought, and then you.
No, the host said, "Yo, you gonna take that with you?"
But
nobody
I'm
wanted
being
it.
realistic. I never heard anybody take
I
that
heard-
bottle back with you.
I heard people
always
say that.
heard, yo, listen, I
heard-
got
I've
some
heard that.
leftover food. Bro,
I've heard that.
I've heard that.
I've heard that couple
Take the bottle back.
I ain't never
Yeah.
heard that.
I ain't never heard.
I
any,
heard.
bro. You know what I heard, bro?
That's actually a little disrespect. That means nobody like what you brought, nigga.
Yeah.
That's kind of
For real.
that is just if a
Yeah.
if,
And the person don't want to
if
drink
the
it.
host say,
the host don't want to
yo,
drink
that's the
it.
bottle you brought, yo, yeah, you take
Yeah,
that.
I heard the host say, "Yeah, that's
no,
your
I
bottle."
think it's
Nah,
just
you
they
can take
say
it
that
with you.
about your food. If they say that about your food, like you
nah.
bought this big ass pan of like certain type of chicken you made, or
Food is easier because you can just toss it out when that person leaves.
right. I think liquor.
I give it to
Alcohol
homeless.
costs money. You don't necessarily want to. You like yo. You
No, if the host say, "Yo, that's your bottle." Yeah, you can take
You
it
can take that shit.
because he's not gonna drink it.
I
So
never in my fucking life
I heard.
heard
I heard.
a host said,
Why would a host tell him to
take the bottle back.
Because
Nobody want it.
Because even if the host don't drink, they're
Really?
thinking for future.
Right.
Yeah.
Next
guests
time,
do
there's
drink.
a bottle for you,
Exactly.
motherfucker.
Right.
That's
Yeah,
your
I
bottle.
think-
You
I
could
think
drink
like
that shit.
I got a cousin that drink Tito's. Nobody else fucking drink Tito's.
That's okay, bro. Listen, let me tell you.
Oh, I think
he
that's-
can bring. He's the one of those people that brings it, and he'll offer it to people. Nobody drink it, but he'll bring it for himself.
That's cool because guess what? Next time he comes back, there's a Tito. Hey,
Waiting for him.
Next time you
Waiting for him.
instead of you bringing the fucking Tito's, you bring some fucking chips and dips, bro. That's it. Don't worry about the Tito's, bro. Just bring some chips.
You are
and dips.
officially off liquor duty.
That's it, man. That same Tito's you brought is still here for you, bro. Don't worry about that.
What if the motherfucker don't live close?
Bring some chips and
You know-
dips, bro.
you know
Doesn't
we
take
not
that
gonna
long.
see him
Bring
all the time.
napkins.
Yeah, bring some
You can't get
napkins,
that.
some
Bring
paper
some
plates,
napkins.
some paper plates, some
Utensils.
garbage bags.
That's a lot of different
You
shit
don't
you can
want no
bring.
Tito's sitting in your house for a year.
Why not?
Why not?
Why not?
You know what's going to spoil?
That's
Yeah,
just-
shit ain't milk.
That shit
That shit is highly
fermented
flammable.
like
You don't want that
shit.
shit in your kitchen.
Oh.
Nigga, shit, you gonna catch on
That
fire,
shit'll blow
nigga?
your shit up.
You fuck around, run out of grease. Man,
Like,
let me
some
get some of that. Let me
Tito's.
throw
Put
the
some
Tito's in
Tito's
the
in there.
pan and shit.
Incorporate that shit in your vodka, bro. I mean, your sauce right there.
Yeah.
Bro. See?
Mm.
Bang,
There we
bang.
go.
We can
Nah,
work it
I
out.
just feel like coming empty-handed is
It's
just
bold.
it's disrespectful.
To me, it's bold.
I think, bro, equally
That's
to me, it's the same, bro.
disrespectful.
Listen, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong.
Both is wrong. I'm with y'all. Both is wrong.
Walking up to somebody's house with a big smile and nothing in your hand is very
And they
wicked.
come in there, dap everybody
Dap
up
them up.
with nothing.
and they get
Nah.
off the food and you just sit there.
Hey, eat your food and take
Yeah,
two
you
plates
got-
home.
You got 2 plates, some
They
ginger
go
bread,
home?
bruh,
They
and-
go home?
and they gonna send
Ah,
you home
nigga,
with a
he
to-go
never
plate.
coming back.
You know you gonna try to get to-go plates.
That
Dude.
is
And then you turn around saying, "Yo, who want to take shots?" And I'm like, "Yo,
No bottle?
of
Yeah.
what?"
Nigga, he ain't coming back here.
bro. At least offer, bring some hookah or something, bro.
Bring some money. Yo, hey, I
Yeah,
gave you
bro.
$200.
Something.
I've been asked to bring something light before. Like, well, we got enough liquor, bro. We got no juice. We
Chasers?
got no ice.
That's better. That's better than nothing.
That's fine. Listen, man. Just like the fucking the Last Supper, yo. Everybody's bringing something to the table.
Yeah, everybody
bro.
brought local
You
bread,
got your
fish.
girl,
Yeah.
you got the bread
with some
you got
grape
the
juice,
wine,
with the
bro.
wine.
Jesus hosted, so he had to bring shit.
That's it.
Boom.
Man.
There go the wine.
Ain't go anything.
Bang bang, bro. It's the offering, bro.
Do y'all look at? So let me expand this question. Do y'all look at certain people different? Let's just say.
I judge I judge people. Don't bring shit and I bring shit back home with them, bro.
Yeah,
Hold on, that's not even a question. I judge people that do that shit, bro.
What because you go. Me and Savy grew up in Spanish culture. Everybody
has a bottle, right?
Bring son.
I don't want to bring
that's a black.
home.
So I think that's a black thing.
That's a black thing. Everybody bring. If I on.
I think people just do that. Period.
No,
I can't let that go.
For future.
Somebody brings some.
No,
I know that, but you don't bring something.
Yeah,
I've been to Spanish get-togethers because of y'all, and I've been to my brother Dube African get-togethers. Both sides always lit. Sometimes they even tell you not to bring everything
because we got enough.
You got something, but you still bring something.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I've never seen no one take nothing home though. I've never seen it.
Nah,
but I have seen when I went to. Remember back in the days, niggas used to go to sets.
Yeah,
at hotels and stuff.
Yeah,
niggas used to bring bottles.
That's kind of
nigga. We take our shit back.
That's kind of different.
That's different. You the hotel.
That's not a housewarming.
Yeah, that's a house party.
The set is like bring your own bottle, bro. Like whatever you drinking, that's what you drink.
Yeah, we not leaving that shit in the hotel.
Bring your weed, bring your own bottle, bro.
We not leaving the hotel in the hotel refrigerator.
Leave that shit. If I'm staying there, leave that shit there.
And you don't share it neither.
You don't, bro. You keep that shit on the cut right there.
Niggas used to bring pints to sets.
Yeah, say this.
Niggas never used to bring pints to the
bad
sets.
when you walk up somewhere and you be like, "This nigga didn't bring nothing again."
I got shit.
No, you're not getting invited the second time back.
That's like the cookout.
I would invite the person.
I always bring something, and then everybody's like, "Yo, we're really good this time. You really don't have to bring nothing, or else you're gonna end up drinking it yourself."
No,
it happened to me one time.
But see, I would invite the person.
Family.
At least invite them again.
So I came, but they're like, "Yo, you always bring something. You're good, bro."
But see, I would invite the person back that took their shit back compared to the person that didn't bring nothing. Because I'm not giving that person a second chance to not bring anything,
bro.
Hold up. Let's clarify this.
Yeah, I'm confused.
The person took it something that
the person brought something there and then took it back.
Now, did motherfuckers drink it?
Yeah.
He let motherfuckers drink it.
Actually, you know what? I want to restate this. I'm going backtrack because I just thought about it, right? Because I literally just thought about it. Somebody did say, "Yo, I have too much shit in this house. Yo, take the liquor back."
Exactly.
Yes.
And nigga, you did that.
Well, yeah, I took it.
No, I'm saying you said that when we came. I think you had like something, a get together or something.
Yeah. No, I would never say take the liquor back because the next time y'all motherfuckers come, you guys gonna be drinking this shit.
Food wise,
yeah, take the fucking food. I don't care, but I'm just saying because the reason why I'm thinking about this shit for New Year's. We went to Raquel's.
Yeah.
She's not a big drinker. She's not a drinker
She's
at
not
all.
drinking at all.
Yeah, she told us.
And she said, "Yo, take the liquor." This is why I have Corona in my trunk to this day, bro.
We bought so many
I'm
shit.
trying to get rid of this shit.
Man.
I still have it.
The Corona's probably expired like a bitch.
Nah, I checked the expiration date, bro. That shit's still valid, bro.
That shit was December 31st, 2024.
Bro, I got
hot ass beers in your trunk.
It is. This is why I said I got some.
Them shit's not even room temperature no more. Those are year temperature out
this
this
is
bitch.
some trunk shit, bro. This is like some aftermarket
Yeah, we
beer
took
right now.
This
is where we at.
froze over the summer.
And then thawed out in the spring.
They thawing out, and they've been thawing out. They've been hot as
And now we're going to have that shit all the way to July.
That shit gonna be summer beer. During the wintertime, bro, best believe I cracked one.
Oh, hell yeah. Them shits was good as hell.
That shit was probably perfect. I ain't gonna lie.
Fresh off work?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
February, them shits was probably busting.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But I'm telling you, though, I think personally, me, I would be more tight with the person that didn't bring shit. Like, if it's my function,
see, now
I would be more tight if the person.
See, you change it now. You say the person offered and people got it, and he still took her home. Nah, you change it.
Right, but that's like.
Ask me.
But that's like the.
I thought he said he.
No.
Okay, that's.
But that's like the person coming there with nothing. They still eat, and then they leave with a plate.
2 plates and go home.
2 plates.
What if somebody?
That sounds.
That's worse.
That's absurd to me, bro.
But now since we clarified that, let's clarify the other thing. Somebody comes and brings nothing. But he only stayed 15 minutes, so he didn't eat or drink.
That's proper.
That's cool.
That's cool.
I'm okay with that
Somebody
because
like, yo, I'm not gonna be here that long. I just want to show my face.
No.
Yeah, I've done that before.
I'm cool with
in and
that.
out people.
I'm cool.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. And if you offer me a shot, I take because it's with you. Blah, 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 that's cool.
But I'm not really in your.
But
face.
if I'm here and like I'm part of the cleanup committee and I didn't bring shit,
You here for 2 or 3
you
hours?
was here for 2 3 hours. You helping me clean it, and you didn't bring shit. All right, bro. Yeah, I'm just gonna rap. I might take this, man. Nobody ain't really eat this or nobody really drink this. Yeah, nigga, I can't. You can't.
Yeah, you're not coming back again.
Bruh,
You can't come to another
If I just come to show my face, like that's something I'm learning as I get older too, like social etiquette with that. Like yo, I've been
Just show love.
I've been places where I'm like, I know I'm double booked. How many bottles I gotta bring?
Yeah, bro.
That's how you gotta think about it. I'm
That
the
nigga-
motherfucker that
That
brings.
nigga Scott and Point. That nigga say, yeah, I'm double booked. Now that I got 2 events, I'm double
double
booked.
booked.
Like
I be
nigga,
double
we
booked.
need you here.
I've been triple before, and I had to bring. I put 2 bottles of Don Julio in my passenger seat, and another one in the glove box. That's just how I live.
Oh man,
It's just like they guns, nigga. Put one in the glove, I put one in the seat.
I put a
Keep that
seatbelt
shit
on
tucked
my
in the
bottles
Keep
too.
that shit tucked in the clutch.
that's
I put
kind
a
of
seatbelt
wild.
over my shits too. Don't even.
I used to do that shit on some young nigga shit. You just take a picture. Yeah, I got my bad bitch ride with me. A fucking bottle of Henny.
I ain't
Some
gonna lie,
nut
bro.
shit.
Every time I go to places now, I'll just go get me a 24 pack of Corona, like the Nips, and then that's it, bro. The call it life.
Yeah, why not?
That's the
This
easy.
is crazy.
Easy.
Nah, for real.
Nah,
Because
you gonna go through them.
You
No,
go
no,
through.
no,
It
no.
depends. It depends what
you
type
know
of
why
parties.
though, bro? Because it's a conversation me and Alex had though, bro. Like those big ass Coronas, bro, that you drink, but ain't nobody be drinking the bottom part of it, bro, because it be hot. You
Yeah,
just like,
niggas-
all right.
niggas
And what you
Yeah.
do? You talk, you socialize as you
Yeah.
drinking the Corona. So like, you get the nip, you nip that shit
Yo.
down,
Gotta quit.
boom, boom. Then you want another
Yeah,
one.
we get
Nigga,
old. We
know,
getting
niggas-
old.
science
though.
behind
We
this
figure
shit.
this
Put
shit
the-
out.
Niggas put the Corona down and then walk away. Be like, damn.
What the fuck
Fuck,
am I
I'm
going
just
to?
getting another
Another
one.
one.
Right, yeah.
Exactly.
That
Now
shit
you got-
happy.
now
You
you
come
pouring
back.
out Corona.
You come back. It's
I
halfway
got a
full.
question now. What if somebody brings something real cheap,
Like
Nah.
5 o'clock.
You know, I ain't
Nah,
gonna
he
hold
please
you.
brought something.
like the XXL or
I'm not
the fucking
mad
Taylor
at
Ford,
that.
That sounds not
I ain't
cheap.
gonna lie, I'm not mad at that.
or the fucking Taylor Ford, some bullshit. Or
Nah,
like,
I'm
not bad.
a
Not bad.
fan of.
Say we at a party where you know everybody's bringing a bottle of Don Julio, but you get like a pack of a pack of High Noons or something light.
Oh, you get clown.
Oh, yeah. Oh, 45,
First of all,
bruh.
You're getting introduced
You
as the
bullshit.
nigga that brought the nigga or
bullshit?
girl that
You
brought that bullshit.
That's what I'm saying. Like you
Yeah.
bullshit. You
And you bringing Keystone pack of Keystone?
What the fuck you bring crease on for?
Like you brought like warm up juice. Like you brought Chaser. You supposed
Yeah.
to bring.
Oh, if you bring Chaser, we got
Chaser's
nothing.
fine.
Chaser
I
fine.
think that's worse than a nigga that come for 15
Nah.
Yeah,
minutes.
bro,
and don't
I ain't
drink
gonna
nothing.
hold you, bro. You know what people normally don't bring, which is kind of funny though? Fucking packs of waters, which I really feel like people should be bringing out.
But I low key expect the host to have water
That's a whole.
Yes.
That might be a whole thing.
You think so?
Yes, that's a host thing.
because at the end of the
The
day,
host should have bring water and juice.
you kind of
And
responsible
food,
for
so
when they.
motherfuckers don't get
Food
too
is
drunk
proper.
and
Yeah,
get fucked
food
up.
is.
Food is
No,
over.
no one ever asked you to bring water.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nobody-
but see,
nobody-
if
if you want it
it's funny
low,
though, because when you go to the cooler, you be like, "Yo, what the fuck the
If
water?"
you
at?"
want it-
Yeah,
hey, dude.
it's like, ah, shit.
Hey, dude, you want it low? You call the dude, yo, bring some water. Nah, don't bring the bottle. Bring some water. Like I'm wanting a
Already
little
got the
water.
bottle.
Yeah,
Y'all
Motherfuckers already
Yeah.
fucked up. Somebody actually bring some water.
yeah.
Bruh, go.
Yeah.
Listen, going somewhere where it's just strictly liquor and no juice is
It's
kind of
tough.
diabolical,
It's tough.
bro.
Nigga, we
Hey,
old
niggas
now.
got
We
the-
got a big juice now.
And the niggas got that liquor on ice. You be like, damn, maybe it's water at the bottom. Like,
Nah.
You see niggas walking in with ice like nobody got water?
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
The least
Yeah.
asked thing to give, but first to run out.
Yeah, for real, bro.
Now we getting older now.
So
We
the
need the
fuck up.
water.
Nah, we getting older.
Oh, we
You
need the water.
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't think about that. If you would have asked me this 2 years ago, I wouldn't even thought.
But
that
I
that
low
was
key
something
be
was
straight
crazy.
because I got 2 waters in my car. So if I'm going to,
Oh, you just want us to die. You just leave water in your car.
yeah, fuck that.
Yeah, we gonna be.
I always
That's
tell
what
niggas
they
like,
gonna
there's
do.
We
water
gonna
in my
get
car.
You gotta
plastic.
throw that shit in the fridge first.
Yeah, man. We'll keep that shit in the car.
Give me room temperature. I
I
can
mean,
do it.
that should cause cancer. I heard.
Yeah, bro.
Really?
Shit.
Nah, the parabens.
Now I gotta
real,
take
bro.
the fucking water.
Nah, you gotta dispose of that shit.
Yeah, man.
It is a big pack. It's like
You
the
can't
24
do
pack
like,
of waters.
like hot plastic is actually really bad for you. And shit.
So what if,
Plastic
what if
in
it's
general.
open? What if I cut
Plastic.
the plastic?
You know what is what's crazy though?
No.
It's not that bad for you unless it's like heated. So you know when you heat up like the containers with food.
Oh yeah, you're not supposed to do
Those
that.
are
You blow your
terrible
fucking
for you.
microwave.
Yeah, so like if it's been sitting in your car on a
Well,
hot day.
hot day, nah.
Yeah, man.
If it's in your trunk and your trunk is sort of like cool, but it's like yeah.
Yeah, it was hot yesterday. That shit is done.
Yeah, I drink that. Nigga, I got that
Yeah,
water bottle somewhere right now. I'm drinking that bitch right
Oh,
now.
but yeah.
It's over there.
That's why Corona in my trunk is glass and we Gucci, bro.
I'm still not drinking that root. I'm still not drinking that.
What's the dude with the face routine? What's that water? Serotonin?
No,
Serotonin.
Oh
Serotonin,
yeah, bro.
Yeah.
That man killed me with that
nigga's a
shit,
clown,
bro.
I thought it was the same thing too. I thought he's a clown.
The worst part about it isn't the advice he giving, because some of that is like shit that if you follow these, like if you trying to any type of self improvement with how you look, some of that's actually feasible. Like the ice water is supposed to like, get rid of inflammation in your face, such and such. The times and shit and success rate he is saying he is having,
it's fucking wild.
Smoke.
It's genes. It's all about genes and good
3
health.
o'clock, you up? 3:15.
We go sleep at 7.
But you know what that
7, 8 o'clock
guy
at 9.
Bunch of fucking views, and somebody gonna come through and throw him a sponsorship.
But before this blew up, he's been doing that for years.
Yeah, football player.
He was ass. You seen his? They showed his stats.
No, you know the problem. You saw he was behind.
Man.
All 3 of them was an NFL.
Man, they were all NFL prospects.
Yeah, so he was a
still he sucked.
But the things he is saying is
it's true. But the way
some of the self improvement things,
right message, wrong messaging.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I think what it was. Right message, wrong messaging.
Go with that.
Wait, I don't know why.
You know what we talking about?
This nigga tugging himself out of the self date. You ain't see the self date, nigga.
I just seen it last night. So I'm sorry. Yeah, I mean, I just seen it last night. So wait, what was his message like?
If we do this,
self-love,
self-care, shit.
High value men go throughout a day.
Yeah, just how his body is.
The mouth tape and the nose tape is supposed to be that mouth breathing, and like people that like snore with their mouth open and shit like that. That is
pretty much got like sleep apnea in a sense.
That is bad for you, and it's better to close your mouth and breathe through your nose and have more oxygen going into your body. It's actually very good for like getting all the inflammation out and getting more oxygen in your blood, all type of shit. It's very all well and good.
Like I said, it was the right message. It just was the wrong message.
By 7:15 saying you're guiding millionaires, that might be where you lost motherfuckers.
It's like you started off good and everything was like, oh, okay, I followed the trend. And then it's like,
early,
what the fuck are you talking about?
Tape. Oh,
and then you went back in time. Niggas noticed like you going back in time. Like, nigga, what are you doing?
This nigga even told you when he was going swimming because he wanted you to like, I don't know if he wanted the motherfucker
to follow his routine,
his game plan. But I'm like, that's sort of unrealistic.
Yeah, I mean, so what was the end goal for the routine?
Self-care.
Improvement.
Yeah.
If you want to be like me, you gotta do this.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's why I said when I had beef with motherfuckers, I'd just be setting up a camera, just doing bullshit.
Him.
And then like, come on, man. But I digress because I end up having beef with that nigga too. Because I go right into TikTok.
Hey, we go viral for this, baby.
Nah,
this one, live him.
Man,
this right here, I'm gonna clip it up, send it to you.
I ain't gonna lie, dude.
Put it on YouTube.
Dude was sort of built up. We might have to go to the trunk.
Nah, he's a football player.
I ain't gonna fuck. What the fuck? I ain't gonna get the dub on him.
On steroids.
I said,
you think so?
Hey,
he looked like it.
We both go to the gym.
Yeah.
He might be enhanced.
That's creatine all the way. Creatine with some roids.
Because
I seen a video yesterday. I mean, I guess I didn't really like pay attention to the words he was saying. But if he's saying that's his everyday routine, like, yeah, you on steroids? You looking like that?
Yeah.
Oh, you know what it is. If
you know how, like,
you see how cut he is.
Like, you have to be at the gym all goddamn
day.
Right.
Like, fuck the water. Ice water.
Right, and no straps and
no strap, banana in your face.
If I'm being objective, it look like dude takes a pen of test.
What's that?
Testosterone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It helps you.
Absolutely.
It helps you
That's
get more
HGH,
out
my
of less
nigga.
time with
He
the gym.
edited a couple of videos of him doing the right things.
Nigga, he's cut up like he's in bodybuilding.
Yeah,
it's hard to get that level of vascularity without
that.
Absolutely. It does look like he might be.
Yeah, it's a little wild, bro.
Yeah. And then his job is like doing calls and shit. Like, nigga. It's like the nigga that's like Kevin Hart made that joke, and the nigga big as hell. He's a T-Mobile guy.
Yeah,
I'm gonna clip this part right here.
It don't make sense that you're gonna be that big
for no damn reason.
Yeah, no, he has a fitness industry.
Not only that,
the thing is like he coaches, so whatever that means.
The fuck that mean?
He coaches.
He's a life coach.
No. So
something in that realm.
So when people do online fitness pages or whatever,
he's behind the computer.
Instagram models with BBLs trying to teach girls how to get bigger butts.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So he works out all day. with his coaching.
If he's not, then he's consulting with them. Yeah.
Right.
This makes sense.
Because I'm just saying, if you're gonna look like that, then
You gotta have a
there ain't
purpose.
no other goddamn job.
Yeah,
looking
that need that.
No,
You have to either be a trainer or you in some type of sport.
Bodybuilder, yeah.
It is an all day thing.
Yeah.
That's a little wild.
Like
Like,
Kevin Hart said, fucking big as hell. You on TV? Hey, welcome to Mo.
Hey, I'm
balls.
cutting this up.
And
I'm
we're
saying
not
to
going
you.
to talk about his weak ass jumper. That's just another
That
thing.
shit was stupid.
That shit looked
That was
trash.
job. That looked like, what was that basketball movie Dwayne Martin was in, Above the Rim?
Right.
I looked like that shit. The nigga alleyed
shit.
into himself.
Right. I'm like, how the fuck you throw an alley and you catch it perfectly? Like, nigga, that shit is over the backboard. You toss that bitch over the backboard and nigga catch it cleanly.
Like, nigga, was that you?
Man, bruh.
I mean, but shout out to him because
He can
Live
buy
got a
him.
whole bunch of views.
Yeah, he got
Yeah,
a bunch of
views.
views. Probably got a
You know what I
partnership
mean?
with something.
Like, that's what's up.
That's tough.
Maybe we all should just grab a camera and just fucking.
I'm about to start lying.
Hey, look, I'm gonna cut it and send it to you, baby.
That's what I'm gonna do. 5 o'clock. I wake up 5 o'clock in the morning, man. Every
There's
day
been
do push-ups.
1,000 parody videos after
Oh
that.
yeah, a whole bunch of them.
That's where all the bread is.
If he's not an idiot, he could find a way to fucking.
You know what the new
make
thing
some
is?
money off
You know what the new thing is before we get to the nightcap? Motherfuckers are doing videos and they're reacting to like what people doing. I mean, that's always been.
That's been doing
like,
that for
reaction
years.
videos
it. But
and
that's
shit.
only what they do. Like, they only react.
Yeah.
They only react to
But
reactors.
and that's the bad bit. People are watching the reaction videos more than they're actually watching the actual video. The
Yeah.
video of the actual thing that happened.
That's like the new trendy thing right now, though, man. Or they have like the split of like what actually is happening,
and you're
then-
there on top.
Yeah.
Yep.
Pause.
And you have their reaction on top.
Like I seen this dude that I follow. He drinks water before every video, and then he tries not to split the water out. And it's like a funny ass video. Some are funny, some are not. But
I mean,
getting like 10, 20K views on that bitch.
yeah, we should be doing reaction videos.
We should.
Mhm.
We should actually listen back and watch our own shit and react to our shit.
Mm.
And then just some of the bullshit that we send each other in the chat.
You know,
Shit.
You know what we gotta do? We gotta watch some bullshit and just react on that.
Maybe one day what we'll do a whole pod of just we'll put some shit on like
On the
laptop and shit on the screen.
And we just react to it.
What we gonna
Just
do?
react
Watch a movie? We got. You know what we gotta do? We gotta watch some reality TV so we can hate them.
Nah, I can't watch it.
Nah, I can't.
That's what I'm saying.
I
But
hate
that's
that
the
shit.
point. Because I know what your reaction gonna be. Because I know how mine are. I hate that shit.
Yeah, I'll be zoned out.
I got two sisters. They watch that shit religiously on
Faithfully.
Sunday.
Like that shit on Zoom. I'm a doctor. I'm gonna get his canceled. I hate that shit on Zoom.
Girls watch that shit like the playoffs.
Bro,
Yup.
yo,
And then if we go back down to I guess rewind to this culture and when it comes to mindset and shit like that, yo, baddies plays a part.
It does.
For sure.
It
This
does.
reality TV toxic shit, that shit plays a part.
Right.
And what you digest
Love
on
and
the
hip hop.
daily, bro. Like that can affect you on the daily.
Think about it. They got
How
they got
you-
baddies for every state. I didn't even know they had like a baddies New Jersey.
Really?
It's
They
a
do
girl
have a
from
bad
Jersey
dude.
that's
That's on
actually
it, yeah.
Yo, you
They
know what's
have one in
worse than
Jersey
that?
City.
You know
I
what's
never
worse
knew
than
that.
These girls are starting to follow the baby mamas and the girlfriends as heavy as we follow the athletes, if not harder.
Yes.
They know how much the girl got after she broke up with a nigga.
Yeah, I ain't gonna.
How much she get a
Because-
month.
but it's-
I don't like this shit, bro. I don't like this shit of Zeus. I think
it's
you
getting
when
scary.
Tamika was here, I think you guys had a conversation about that shit. I'm not for this shit, bro. The whole Zeus shit because it's just
Them
basically
Zeus making money off of that, baby.
bro. But do you even know the background behind that shit, bro?
Nah.
VH1
The
too,
dude, no,
Ray
bro.
J. Is Ray?
It was a comedian, y'all.
Oh yes, yes.
King Batch.
King Batch, I hate that.
He hijacked the.
Yo,
Yeah, I hate
did
him.
he, bro?
I
Oh, wait, that was
What?
King Batch idea?
It wasn't.
He's a
It was
co-owner.
another dude. The other dude brought King Batch and another girl. To like start
They
like
should
promoting
act
and.
Yeah.
Right, bro. They had a whole skit. Like it was a whole thing, bro. They had like 2 more other people to come in, bro. I think even Snoop Dogg came and made like a song for them, bro. And boy, when I say that boy hijacked the whole
Yeah, he
situation, bro.
co-owner now.
Like he literally, fuck.
Did this nigga get his
What?
like his check?
Nobody ain't got no. He lost the money. Not the actors. The guys you see on like YouTube and shit. They was like bringing up the money up front.
Yeah.
And then due to the fact that they know connections, they even brought a fourth dude that has nothing but money, and he gave it. Bro, everybody got fucked. Nobody got paid. That man, my man, right now, that's on Zeus, that the owner or whatever. He's the one allegedly the one that actually like running this shit, and he never paid nobody anything.
Yup.
Yeah,
That's
they,
So who is it?
crazy.
Kid Bach
they-
that
they-
owns it, or
they front him money. They front him some episodes.
Yes.
And so he pretty much just got gifted episodes, and got the money off of that shit.
So he got.
So in a sense, they gave him hush
content.
money.
He got free content.
They gave him like hush money, not to say anything that he got.
No. They said he got free content. He never paid the content.
Oh,
yeah.
Because it was through his I guess the people he's supposed to be investing with. That was their connection.
But who
was it? And they helped them
was
out.
it the owner? Or was it King Bach that owns it?
No. It wasn't King Bach. It was the other dude.
So
it was supposed to be. That was his original partner. They were supposed to go 50-50 or whatever. He told the dude, "Hey, listen, man, bring more people." And the more people was King Bach and another. It was a girl as well. Yeah, and bro, I literally watched the whole shit.
That shit remind me of Facebook.
Fucking wicked, bro.
Yeah,
like Tom from MySpace. I guess it's very fucking similar, bro.
Yeah, you seen that? You seen that movie, right?
Yeah,
you just stole this idea.
Yeah, remind me of Facebook.
Yeah,
Facebook.
Yep.
That's how Facebook
stole
was.
that shit right. Fucking
MySpace.
But
no, Facebook.
Is it?
Facebook.
Is it Facebook?
Yeah, Facebook.
They made a movie. Whatever movie they made.
Facebook.
No, man. Time for MySpace.
I know you're not talking about Social Network.
Yeah.
Social Network.
Yes, that movie.
Yeah.
It's Facebook, right?
It's MySpace.
No, that was MySpace. I think it was.
Yeah,
it's MySpace.
That movie was about. I thought
it was Facebook.
No, bro, MySpace.
That movie wasn't about.
Fact check that shit, George.
Wait, what's
I think it's called Social Network.
That's Facebook.
It's
Facebook.
That's about the origins of
MySpace.
I've seen that movie.
MySpace was
times.
before Facebook.
What you're talking about is MySpace. What you
Who
talking
is
about?
It is MySpace.
Tom is from what?
Tom from MySpace.
Tom is from MySpace.
I think it was from MySpace.
Social Network is Facebook.
Facebook wasn't invented.
Social Network. That movie is from
Social
Facebook.
Network was about Facebook and Mark Zuckerberg.
Yes, Mark Zuckerberg.
That's what it was.
Tom
So it's
from
not MySpace.
Tom from MySpace is the one who ripped off
Fuck my life.
creators, pretty
So
much.
when we talk about two different things, so
Yes,
Social
we are.
Network,
Oh,
yes,
shit.
about it.
Mark Zuckerberg
Mark-
for Social Network.
The Social Network. He took key.
I've seen that movie. I've seen that movie a lot. That's
Yeah.
that's a really good movie. Shout out to that movie.
No, it is.
That's when what you said
when he was going up against the Harvard twins.
Yes.
right.
He's going up against his best friend too, and his best friend.
Best friend back then. His best friend backdoor him, right?
No. They saying he backdoored his best friend. Over.
He took everything.
He
did the dirty shit and took over.
He came out first and said his best friend he backdoored him.
He did come up with the idea based off a drunk night, basically. So they're saying two groups of people influenced him. So his best friend was a partner with him until late, where the person he was working with wanted to cut out the best friend because the best friend wasn't really there. Cool. The twins said they had a part in it, but they didn't really do any work. They got a little check too. Cool. Mark Zuckerberg is the real creator of Facebook. That's undisputed.
That's wild.
You know, it's funny enough. The best friend actually he invested in another social media site that we all fucking use. He's one of the founders of fucking Instagram.
And guess who bought Instagram?
Exactly. So
the niggas all together on
Meta bought Instagram.
They
ain't together.
That check only got one nigga name on it.
But I think
that check got one person name on it.
They end up becoming friends again or some shit like that. But yeah.
But let's get out of here with the nightcap. So, Houston's restaurant in Atlanta, on the Northside Parkway in Atlantic, had a real discrepancy. So there was people that was out enjoying their meal. Bill came up to $57.72 with a $7 tip, right? So it came up to $64, I guess. So they wanted a 12% tip would go up to like 20%. The customer who wanted to stay anonymous did not set a tip. Didn't put a tip on them at all. So the owner told them pretty much, hey, look, if you're not going to tip, don't come back. Pretty much.
What?
So that's pretty much it.
You didn't see it?
I sent it to you.
Yeah, I know, but what?
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying. So my question is it obligated for you to leave a tip?
That's not the full quote. The full quote he said something about black women specifically or something like that, right?
Oh, it's a black-owned business?
Yeah. It said if you can't provide the customary gratuity, then don't return.
It's like if you can't afford to come outside, don't come outside.
That's what he said.
Listen, I understand that shit, and I do agree, man. If you're going out for especially if the service was good, on top of that too, cool, tip. If the service was decent, cool, tip. And now, if the shit was trash, man, that's something different. But if you actually enjoyed yourself out there, fucking tip, bro. Legit tip.
What about, because nowadays we run into this all the time where the gratuity is included.
That's what this was about.
If the gratuity included, all right, that's the tip money right there.
That's why she asked the owner, is it mandatory for you to tip? Because if you're already including that 7% tip, which is whatever the number was.
Oh, you mean tip again?
Right.
After
like a tip on top of the gratuity.
Wait. No.
We got real redundant in this motherfucker.
Yeah.
Wait.
I'm gonna be honest. I've when I have it to do, I've tipped again.
I do that too, bro.
I over tip.
Yeah, I over tip. Me too.
Yeah,
But it's like
I used to work at a catering hall type thing, and they would take money. We found out years later that they were taking the party would leave tips for all the service people, and they would not give it to us. So like years later, they came with like a class action lawsuit.
They treat you like Amazon did with the workers, bro.
Pretty much. Like,
oh, you know what?
That's why I don't love that.
No. I said it wrong. So what happened was the bill was $57. They tipped the customers tipped the $7. But you know how on the bottom of the receipt they have like they map it out like what should be the customer tip?
Yeah.
It's like 12%, 18, 20, 22%.
Yeah.
So she didn't really pay.
Right. So she did below the standard.
The standard.
Right. And that's when the owner said, "Oh, like you can't do the customary 15%.
Yeah.
What?
Okay.
Which so pretty much my question is are we looking at that? Would y'all look at that like I should do the customary 15%?
No,
I'm gonna tip what I tip.
You tip what you tip.
Right.
I mean, as a business owner, I don't think you should say that.
Yes.
Yeah, you shouldn't tell them they
say
couldn't
that.
come back.
Yeah, I mean,
but that's just like the conversation we had earlier with them. I don't give a fuck. It's kind
it's
of like the same shit.
yo, like that's not good business. Like if they're giving you what they could give you, it is what it is. But
Yes.
I don't believe somebody should go inside there and under tip. You know what I mean?
Especially if the service is good.
Yeah, like you should be aware. Once you go in a restaurant, you're gonna sit at this table, bro. Like, yo, you're gonna come out of pocket. Whatever the fuck you think the numbers are on that menu, you're going way above that.
And she said, and the customer said that the restaurant should have been more transparent in saying like up front, hey, by the way, you need to tip. I don't think any restaurant should be having to tell.
No, they
people
said
that
tip is appreciated.
She tipped.
Which she right? That's how I feel. She tipped.
Yeah, we just don't like the tip. I mean, I think he shouldn't have said anything, but he
right.
did.
Not telling her not to come back is crazy.
Yeah.
So if it's a $50 bill, she tips 7%. That's 14%. Like, what she really?
I mean, look, man.
$7.
Look, if you tip, you tip, bro. Whether it's under or over, you still tip. Something is better than nothing.
Right.
You guys ever see what's the movie where it's like the guy's like, I don't tip.
Damn,
You know
what
I'm
movie?
talking
Yeah,
about?
Yeah, like, yeah, I
They
don't-
all in the diner.
I don't fucking tip. I don't tip.
I mean,
And it was Steve Buscemi too.
I'm notorious for that though too. Sometimes if it's a big, like if I go out like with people and stuff like that, not with y'all, but like if other people, if it's like a big bill and they already included it, I'm not. Some people like, hey, what we tip? I'm like, what the fuck we tipping for? The motherfucker got an extra $25 already off gratuity, off top.
Only reason I give extras if now we in a thing where we go to local bars and we got our people.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So I'll throw some on top of that.
No, in that
But
situation,
there's
you're
also
always
a-
gonna have to.
Yeah. You always gonna have to. That's love.
That's
because
love.
The only thing I hate about the gratuity added is like you don't always know if that's going to the person.
All go to the company. Yeah.
It goes to the business.
You know what it
That's
is,
what I'm
bro.
saying, like-
This is just I don't think that logical into it. I just know my part. I did my part already, bro. After that money goes to you, that's on y'all.
Yeah.
And I leave it to God.
Savy as a customer saying, I don't give a fuck.
I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck.
Nah, I like to give it.
He got it is though, bro.
I paid for the service.
Yeah.
I gave you this tip.
Yeah.
I'm going to my car. I don't give a fuck.
I don't know what happened after
I'm in the
that.
restaurant and it's workers.
And in Spanish voice, it's no mi problem.
Not my problem.
I live on the 5th floor. It's all good, bro.
Five floor.
It's
All right, man. Don't do the
bro.
voice, man.
He said, "Hey, Mr. Rare, why the cat always sleep on the bread?"
He live here, man. He live here.
Hey, he live here, man. Too fast. He too fast, man.
Bobby no snitch, man.
Bobby no snitch. Everybody happy here, bro.
Yeah,
Not
man.
my problem.
You want the
R.I.P.
$5? You don't want the
that
$5?
I'll pay us. I forgot his name.
Rashid.
Yo, you know what I feel bad for, yo? And we've done it. Nah, I can't even say it. Can I say? Nah, I ain't gonna say it. But I do. I don't give a fuck. I feel bad for the people that get like the bartenders and the people that bill. They just leave. Like, there's been times when
You
we
mean
went
Dip
to
and Dash?
Dine and Dash.
Dine and Dash.
Bro, there's been times we went to spots and we dined and dash, and I feel bad because it was a big bill.
I never did that.
I've done it
twice.
So, yo, you know
I've done it twice.
You did it twice?
Maybe more than twice.
Damn, I don't think I think we did spoke about this on the podcast.
I never did that.
But fucking, I was in there, but I wasn't involved. Like, I paid my shit, but we was like a group of friends.
Right.
And like 3 of them didn't pay. One person didn't pay. And that shit fucked everybody up because that shit was included in our thing. Everybody paid except for this one individual. And this one individual fucking walked off. And we was like, what the fuck? Let me tell you, bro. I think I was only 18 at the time. This man is like in his late 20s, bro. And we all was like, all right, whatever. We all walked off.
Yeah, fuck that.
One of our boys went to the bathroom. He didn't know what the fuck was going on, bro. I didn't even know what the fuck was going on. I just know I paid for my shit just like everybody else did. Next thing you know, I'm in the car warming my car up, bro. I'm looking through my car window. I just see a lady blocking the whole fucking door like this, bro. A human acts. And I'm like, what the fuck going on? And then I see it by her face expression. She's mad. And I see my boy look mad confused. Like, what's going on here? Like, it come to find out somebody didn't fucking tip. Nobody didn't pay their proportion. When I say everybody dipped off, like they got in the car and drove off already, one of my other boys, bro, there's a gas station right across. He went to that gas station. Damn well know he don't have a car, bro. He just walked. He jumped over some bushes, bro. To go
just
to that
walked
gas
right to the gas
bro.
station.
What happens to the rest of the people that was inside the restaurant?
Bro, there was the people that was in there. They ended up leaving, but the people that got stuck in there, bro, I have to go in there. I have to go back in there. Thank God, bro. I had a $50 bill in my pocket. Yeah, and I had to pay. I had to pay that shit because if not, the cops was about to come on the way.
Of course.
So I'm like, yo, take the 50, bro, and we fucking left, bro. And then after that, I was like, yo, I know who it was. I'm like, to this day, I'm never going out with this motherfucker ever again,
you know
bro.
what's the most stressful thing at the end of the night? If you in a group of black people at a big dinner.
All get together and look at the bill?
That bill, boy.
And you like, who got the?
You got one card, bro. The worst.
Yo, that's why I like when motherfuckers be like, we'll do Zelle, we'll do cash, no matter.
Right. Split the shit. I just like.
I hate when people be like, everybody bring cash.
I be telling
the funniest shit is I was at a table across from a big party that was doing that. When somebody came up short, that shit was hilarious. Like, nah, fuck that. How we breaking this shit up?
Rather recalculate this shit.
Like, how much food you had?
I hate people like that.
I remember doing that, having to pay for somebody's meal, and you like, all right, cool. You might get like maybe the appetizer, you didn't get a meal, but then you get appetizer in the meal, and now four people got to bust down your one part of the fucking meal. That shit was the worst.
That shit happened before
there was
us.
A guy, and there was like a big on social media where he was at a big like birthday party. He didn't really know nobody there. He's like, I really know the birthday person, and that's really it. In fact, I was asked to be here. Bill came out. Bill was big. Everybody's doing the bugging. He goes to the side, pays his portion of the bill to the people, and was like, I'm ready to leave.
Savy did that before.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. Savy did that before.
Yeah.
I think it was you and Quilla, right?
Yup, bro. And I know I seen it coming, bro. And
I was there too.
I seen it coming, bro.
I'm like, yo.
And what I ordered, bro, I remember exactly what I ordered, bro. I had chicken and potatoes. Aquila had soup and water. And we both looked at each other. He's like, all right, man, we know what our total is at. We're going to add tip to it too, bro. And then that's it. Whoever decides to pay.
Matter of fact, I think wasn't that my birthday?
Yes, it was.
It was my birthday.
I did. I ain't go. You didn't go. I ain't go.
Absolutely, bro.
I ain't go,
bro. Because I'm listening to what was bringing up. I hear lobster. I hear mad expensive shit, bro.
One side of the table was literally niggas was ordering old fashions.
It was what man? Listen, water and lemon for me, bro. I already know how this. Once I heard, man, I was on it. Bro.
Niggas was like, yo, let's get Rick a shot. Mind you, I'm already fucked up for wherever we was before,
bruh.
Next thing I know, the bill come. I was with my lady. She like, I seen Savy and Quilla. Like, yo, we gonna meet you at the next spot.
Got you, bro.
And that was the funny part. We talked about this though already.
Yeah,
we supposed to go to fucking the lobby or something. Nigga, we stayed in a diner in a restaurant for like an hour and a half.
Just trying to pay up the whole thing.
I didn't, no lie, I didn't expect it to be so much people though. Honestly, though, it was like Probably like 6.
It really was supposed to be like 7 people, maybe.
Yeah, no, it was a big group. And once I seen it, I said, oh, shit, I know what this is going to be, bro.
That shit was funny. I seen Savy and Quilla sat all the way on the other end.
Opposite side, bro. We at the little corner, like, just
towards the edge of the table.
Yeah, man, we was there. So I was like,
everybody that was dressed, like, they was dressed nice, too. But everybody that had, like, little dresses and stuff.
Yeah, man.
Button-ups, you see...
Going
crazy. I'm
crazy.
Get the lobster.
Yeah, no money.
Niggas got old fashions.
Oh shit, this been $22.
They was like, yo, Rick, we gonna get you a double shot of Henny. I'm like, double shot of Henny?
Nigga, you got it, nigga.
Bro, restaurant?
Next thing you know Next thing you know, yo, who got cash? Yo, who's selling? Who card we using?
Bro.
Then what really threw everybody off? Yo, we gonna pay for Rick food. That's when everybody started was like,
that was cool.
Well, how much extra is that?
What you supposed to do?
Now you're supposed to do.
That's proper.
I was
That's proper.
that night.
Everybody, that's what I'm saying. The bad part was that
I had no problem. Like, y'all niggas
Liv could count how many people was prepared.
The bad part was everybody was literally. I think it was maybe 2 people that kind of like fought the bill, but everybody else was prepared. But because maybe 1 or 2 people was just like
That was underpaid. That was hand up.
That shit was going.
I'm just like 2, and it wasn't even.
It was like 20 people at a table. It was like, yo, this is Last Supper type shit. It was
Word.
long ass table.
I was supposed to go, but I couldn't go. I couldn't make it.
Bro, we had
Yeah, you did not. Bro.
the first. It was a first floor. We literally had. It was a second floor.
No, it was second floor. Yeah,
We literally had one whole side of a second floor.
we did,
Yo,
bro.
how old was y'all?
This was
This
like
couple years ago.
This is very important.
26.
Huh?
Like 25.
25, 26.
You're younger than us.
Yeah, so I was about.
Savi's
like,
about 21,
I was
maybe.
21. Yeah, I was like 20, 21.
Yeah,
So I recently went to
21.
like
Yeah, I
a
was
big
able
dinner.
to drink, but
I recently went to like a big dinner. My cousin was turning 37, 38, 37. Bro, we went to Pergola in the city.
Oh hell no!
Sound for
Expensive.
in the
Man,
city.
bro.
It's
It's
expensive.
expensive.
You went to Pergola?
Pergola, yeah, we did it
Jesus Christ!
they got good food though.
They-
Shout out
Yeah,
to
but
them.
that's
big.
expensive.
It was big. It was,
wild
but
situation.
I think we planned it right. First off, she said bring money beforehand. Everybody was established in their career pretty much.
Okay,
They had,
good.
Like, everybody was in their 30s. Like
37-year-old birthday. Yeah,
Yeah.
It's different than a 27-year-old.
Yeah,
birthday.
different from a
It is,
21-year-old
it is.
pop out.
So like you gotta plan that shit right. Have the right motherfuckers. He went
$500-600
he had his work
easy.
friends with him. He like I know y'all motherfuckers got a job, like pretty much. So, and like his cousins that like we were good. But I've been in a situation where that shit went horrible,
Bro.
Yeah.
bro. That shit.
Me, Savi,
That shit
anything
was
more than
critical.
10 people,
I was
good
Yeah.
luck.
And it was like the 2 people that was right next to each other was getting into it. And I was like, the birthday girl had to try to pull out money to try to fix it.
That's how it was with me. I was like, yo, I just want to get the fuck out of here. We supposed to bust another move. I wanted to get the fuck out of here. Then I also wanted to have some sex. So I'm just like, yo, y'all doing a lot. I just want to pay. I said Savy and Quilla did their thing, and then next thing you know,
It was a fucking mess.
Y'all niggas made a hell of a play. I'm not mad at
they're
y'all.
my 30th, right?
For your 30th.
Oh yeah. Help, bro.
That was oh shit. That was
2019. Right before the pandemic.
damn it was
right.
Yeah.
Oh.
Cause that's when we had the picture on the balcony, right?
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah, bro.
Oh,
And that's the bad part. That picture was after all the commotion. I'm just
Yeah.
like,
Finally paid.
everybody paid. Niggas like, well, we might go get this flick.
Yo, that's
And the bad part, it really was, and it wasn't. And I thought like, cause once y'all left, everybody kept bringing y'all portion. I'm just like, they gave it to, I think it was Kia or whoever it was. They gave it to y'all and more.
Yeah.
So I'm like, we're not calling them to send more. They paid plus. I'm like,
yeah, nah, bro. I seen the move, bro. I said, yeah, I know how.
because it
this
really
gonna
was
be.
like a dinner table. It was like,
yo, bro, I literally listened to like the orders, bro, and it was like literally like some.
it was
hot
like surf and
shit.
turf.
Oh,
I
they,
said, yo, listen, not for nothing, I'm cool with that shit. But if I hear 7 surf and turfs, that's the scary moment in my life. But I said,
Bro,
yo,
it really did get like that. It was like one person was like, that sounds good. I'm gonna get one too.
yeah. I slowly but surely, bro. It was like a whole. I said, oh shit, hey, bread and water, bro.
That night.
Yeah, man.
It got so bad. It was like the server kept coming. Like, listen, nobody touched the plate because everybody plate was
Yeah,
them
yeah.
high quality plates.
Oh.
But that other end of the table, damn near done.
Yeah,
Y'all
hell
niggas
yeah.
is damn near done.
I said,
But
yeah.
that's why I don't pay to get something small. Like, no offense to Savy, but like, it don't pay to get something small if you know you're gonna be at a big dinner. Because you know everybody else gets something.
I didn't know it was a
Unless-
big dinner, though. That's the crazy thing. I thought
It really wasn't supposed to be a
I
big
thought it was
dinner.
like I said, I thought it was like 6, maybe 7 or something. So I was like,
It was supposed to be like y'all like 4 or 5, my 4 or 5 homies, and
Yeah.
then my girls like 2 homies.
And all our ladies.
And then all their ladies.
Yeah, that's what made it.
That's what made it so. It was like, all right, dude brought his girl.
Kev got his girl.
Al had his girl. Yeah. Then I have me and Leah. Then Leah brought her home girl.
Then Asian
Leah. I'm like, what the fuck? And then mind you, two of them said they wasn't coming. They popped up. Then you, Quilla, Kia.
Yeah.
And then what was one more person?
Oh, Leah was there too.
Leah
was there.
I didn't even know Leah was coming.
Yeah, man.
I told her, but I didn't know she was coming. Then I was just like, was Khalil there? No,
Khalil wasn't there. No.
Damn, my boy threw a 20.
I threw a big ass 30. And then I didn't even get to go out. I was so pissed off.
Oh, yeah, because I remember I did call you like, oh, yeah.
I was in the bed. I was like, man, I'm getting his ass. So I was already pissed off.
It was, bro. It was a wild.
They was like, yeah, and we're going to get bottles at the lobby. Bottles what?
Trying to set you up for failure.
We can't
even decide. We can't even decide on 120. We was missing, I think, like $100 from the bill.
That's it?
I think it was like $100.
Oh.
It was like, it may have been a little bit more.
What they say on the British TV show?
No, yeah, it was like 300, right?
Still.
Yeah, it was 300 missing. Okay. It was like 300 missing. Yeah. God. And then they kept saying,
Savy,
it was like,
Savy, you're a smart man.
but the fucked up part, they kept saying two people was missing.
I overpaid my thingamajig though. I don't.
I think
mind.
Y'all gave 20 plus on the extra.
I don't mind. The thing is, it's a birthday, so yeah, it's a birthday. Like you know you're gonna overpay if you're going to like a dinner thing. You know you're gonna overpay regardless though. So like that's why I was like, bro, I'm gonna buy this small portion or whatever. This shit cheap, and I
know I got gratuity tapped in and stuff.
I seen this shit already, bro. Like, and me and Cole was here already. We was like, yo, bro, it's gonna be like $30-$50, boom.
Yo, somebody gave me some advice years ago. If you're gonna go out for a big fancy dinner, eat first.
Oh man,
and drink first.
Yeah. I'll be doing that shit nowadays.
Oh, get something small.
I was raised that way, so you gotta think
these
when you
motherfuckers.
go out, read the room.
Bro, it was so bad, niggas. That side of the table we was at, bro, it was like niggas had to like move plates around and shit. Yeah. Niggas end up getting appetizers too. I'm like, yo, come on, bro.
They've never been outside before. I seen.
No, niggas been outside, but this was a nice spot though.
The appetizers is what got us.
Right, like niggas did not factor in the appetizers.
Exactly, that's what the confusion.
Appetizer like $20-$30.
Yeah, because niggas wasn't getting regular chicken wings and shit. Niggas was getting like oysters,
drinks, and then that's when things got hazy.
Bro, listen, bread and water, baby, bread and water.
Niggas was getting like oysters, clams. They was getting
they getting the whole high. Yeah.
I stuck with my plate. Niggas was getting drinks and appetizers. I'm like,
look,
I push
niggas start saying who had a Long Island. I'm like, nigga, damn near half the table had Long Islands.
Hey, you gotta think about it like this.
Who had this shot? I'm like, y'all niggas
might got
enough
shots. Money to have a good, nice night out.
Niggas was blazed out.
You gotta think everybody at that table gotta have enough money for a nice night out. That's a hard thing to plan. I'm scared of dinners, bro.
Yeah,
I'm happy for dinners now.
When I turn 30,
you go finesse it though. Now you go pre-order, pre-arrange or some shit.
A menu now. Preset menu.
That's a little hack people do.
I do that. If I do another dinner, that's what I would do.
Yup.
Give me the look. You know how they give you either got salmon chicken.
Yep.
Salmon chicken or steak.
Like we did for our birthday.
Yep. Salmon chicken or steak.
Bang bang.
Yeah,
I
man.
think that's the best situation.
But
honestly.
we sat through this episode. Appreciate you. Another great addition to the Cognac Convos podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Rick the Ruler on Instagram. Buckethead Dad. To the left of me, my guy, of course, Savy, Super Landlord, Mr. Relaxed.
Sav. Yeah, man.
We got some shenanigans going on after this. JNS Media on the audio.
Yo.
Spread Media on the visual. HR, you didn't have to do too much today, Scott, so we kind of was good, right?
Your review is after this show.
I got you. Like we always say, subscribe, follow, message us, do all those good things, comment. Can't wait for the summer. I can't wait for this weather to break because we are about to.
It's fucking spring, bro. I mean, still ain't break.
It still ain't break. But I'm talking about after my salute to me, my birthday, Lord willing, next week. It's gonna be here. We're gonna be outside a little bit. But once this weather break, for sure, we're gonna be outside.
Yeah, man.
We coming with dates for y'all soon, people.
For sure. We gotta come with dates because this nigga Scott came here and screamed at us about dates. Yo, we need dates.
Yes.
We need dates.
Yeah, once we get money from our system, we gonna be in cracking down on shit.
Yeah, I got you. But
bang.
Like we always do, signing off. Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, comment, all that other good stuff. Cognac Conversations. We out here.
Dang.